and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Geekset Podcast Network proudly brings to you the NWO Podcast, the Nerd War Order Podcast, the podcast that is just too sweet. It's your boy, Dougie Fresh, a.k.a. the Intercontinental Trip. Saint Tripolis. And as always, I got with me the beautiful people.
It's your boy, Mikey Nardo DiCaprio, a.k.a. the baby daddy with the long hair. What it do?
And of course, the affiliate, Jake Xclusive. What's going on, y'all?
And we got somebody special in the building today.
The one and only.
Mr. Whiskey and Tacos himself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I don't have a cool nickname.
The one and only Zahn.
Mr. Whiskey and Tacos.
I'm definitely not Triplicious, but I do love whiskey. I do love tacos, and I'm glad to be here.
Triplicious, I like it. So we had to bring out the Black Craft Ghost Pepper Whiskey.
You know what? I didn't put those two and two together, but I like that. Whiskey and tacos, we're drinking whiskey. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. It only took you hot sauce and 2 drinks later.
Definitely took me a minute. Not gonna lie.
This nigga, right? Like, bro, we drink beer every week.
No, definitely.
We got Whiskey and Taco Podcast on the show, and he's like, oh, now I know why we're drinking whiskey.
Yep.
Exactly.
He said, I see what you did there.
I see what you did. I see the correlation.
It is what it is.
You're welcome.
Trip, I like that belt, man.
Thank you. Shout out to TDR for the donation.
That's cool, Jake, because we go get some tag titles. So don't trip. We're going to get some tag
I like it.
titles.
Hey, look,
right.
we're like the new
Right,
day.
we're going to get some tag titles. Right. No, he Big E right now. What? He Big E right now.
Shout out to Big E, new Intercontinental Champion right
that's
now.
dope. On Christmas.
On Christmas. That was sweet.
Yeah.
What's been going on, fellas?
Oh, it's been great, man. We're back in the HQ.
Man.
Post-Christmas, so hope everybody had a good happy holidays.
Yeah, it was
Happy day after Christmas. Happy Daddy Can You Day.
Feliz Navidad.
Daddy, can you put this together?
Oh, yeah. I had to
Daddy, can you give me some batteries?
Yeah, we
I
need
had
batteries, Dad.
I had to set up laptops and cameras. And, yeah,
those are parent problems.
Definitely a parent problem.
Definitely parent problems.
it's hectic, dog. But, you know, it'd be worth it, though. It'd be worth it.
Yeah.
Did y'all get presents?
Man, I was pleasantly surprised about like the amount of presents. Brittany bought me new cleats.
Oh, hey, what kind you get?
She got me black Under Armours
Oh, okay.
Nice.
with the black matching Under Armour gloves.
Do believe in your dream. That's what's up.
Okay.
She believe in your dream. That's
And
what's
she
up.
with
That's
the new duffel bag. So I gotta always bring my Marvel book bag.
Look at you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it was sweet. I was like, oh, that's nice.
You just gotta get all the black beads out that bag now.
Yeah.
So now
All
you
the turf beads.
definitely got to show at the ball tomorrow.
That puts a lot of pressure on
It
me,
does.
man.
It does. You got to play with your new toys, man.
Yeah.
You probably be at home trying them out and shit.
I see how the morning
You
works
said
out.
the mirror.
Outside running in the grass
Got a lot
and
of
shit.
cleaning to do tomorrow. But no, that's definitely the plan. She was like, you gotta go play now. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
I love B, dog.
That's basically her telling you get the fuck out. The
Right,
house.
I love
As long
it.
as
She was like, boy, you got some new cleats, a new duffel bag. Get your ass out the house.
like,
She just gave you a permission slip.
Bella racked up. I'm so upset at the amount of shit that Bella has. Bella has 3 cars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like, for what reason? Bro, for what possible reason? Next Christmas, she's needing a fucking garage.
She's
Somebody
got one for the beginning
put
of
a
the
garage
week,
on her fucking
one for the end of the week, and one for the weekend. What you
Yeah.
mean?
The hump day whip, you got the beginning of the week whip, the hump day whip, you got the weekend whip.
Yeah, because she got a Bentley, and she got those little tight coupes. She got 2 of those little tight coupes in 2 different colors.
She can switch them up by the season.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
that.
you know, whatever she feeling that day.
Doing too much.
Options. It's called options.
Gotta have options. Gotta have options.
Well, how about y'all? How was y'all holiday?
It was
Cool. Smooth, man.
It was cool. I got Clara. I didn't really want much. She bought me a new webcam for my streaming setup, which is super dope.
Definitely got to be able to match the whip. She definitely got the purple fit.
Definitely.
She got the purple fit to match the.
That's funny, because that's literally what Trip said.
No, and then Claire went and bought me a whole shit ton of clothes because her and I both have been trying to update my wardrobe now.
Yeah, she was tired of
getting
them.
a little older here and there.
She was tired of them Bugle Boy jeans.
So
nigga.
she
Definitely
definitely
Bugle Boy joints.
bought me a bunch of clothes. It was cool. But
So
no,
501s, you good.
501.
If I see Jake in some trues, bro, I swear to God, we kicking this nigga off the
getting some ghost
podcast.
straps,
man.
baby.
What?
Definitely replacing him.
What? Replacing him with Zahn. On what? Replacing him with Zahn.
Yeah, you'll never see me dressed like that.
What? Just.
Nah. What about you, Mike?
Oh no. I came to the realization that I buy my own presents.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, I make sure my daughter's straight, and then if I want something, I get it myself.
Yeah, there you go.
So I don't expect nothing, but I make sure my daughter has a good
Zahn went
Christmas.
fucked around and got himself an air fryer.
I want one.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't buy it for myself.
No,
it was
he didn't
given
buy
to
it
me.
himself. Mom bought him an air fryer.
Yeah.
I
My
definitely.
mom
want
had
one.
an air fryer, and I was using that bitch yesterday, and I really want one now.
Yeah.
Claire
nice.
literally said
Nice.
that, and then a half hour later, he sends us a picture talking about mom's got me an air fryer. I'm like, ain't that some
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're worth it. I think
So
they're
look at
worth
God
it.
predicting the future.
Right.
So now we gonna have to go get one now.
Yeah.
Definitely, I gotta get.
All this
air fryer.
means
It
is
definitely changed dinner at the house.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
more wings.
Yeah.
more wings.
Just
100%.
I feel like it'd be they're more healthier too.
100%. 100%. Makes sense.
Cause I know the ones the ones you made it was for New Year's. Was it New Year's? Them motherfuckers was fire.
Yeah.
Speaking
Motherfuckers was
I
fire.
was gonna say speaking of New Year's, was everybody on? But I got plans already.
Oh fuck you, then.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm on.
I keep
So-
forgetting about my New Year's plans because Clara said something.
I love how he said that. Like he was gonna invite us and then
Humble
realized he
brag much?
couldn't.
She was like, "What y'all doing for?" Never mind.
It's
I
not
got
my-
shit to
it's
do.
not
Okay.
my-
Yeah,
place to
yeah. Nah, we know,
invite.
we know.
I got this LA party to go to where I'm
Yes.
gonna be mingling with celebrities and stars.
Definitely not my place.
You could have just been like, "What's everybody doing?" All right, cool. I'm doing this.
Right. Never mind. I have plans. Okay, that's cool.
No,
AKA, you ain't trying to kick it with us. That's
if
cool.
it was down to me, I would have kicked it with the fellas, but she already made plans for us. Kick it with the family. So.
That's because he trying to get New Year's vibes.
I feel him. You gotta start the year off right.
So good luck to you guys. Good luck to you guys. I hope you guys achieve that goal, man. I hope you guys achieve that goal. We know Didge gonna achieve that goal. He got 3 lined up already.
Already.
You know what I'm
He got
saying?
3 at his house waiting, ready to go. I seen them parked outside his crib this morning.
That's what his
I
12
went
days
over
of
there
Christmas
for
be.
breakfast,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, bitch every day.
That's those behind the scenes pictures of his 24 days of drumming beer.
Santa Didge.
Like every time you see you don't realize there was definitely a bitch in the background of every.
That's who took the
That's
picture.
behind him.
That's who was taking the picture,
Yeah.
nigga.
It's like, where's Waldo?
Right.
Bitch was definitely in that
Find
big
the
ass.
nipple. You gotta find the nipple.
His hoes, nigga.
He was in that big ass shower while they was taking pictures of
The
his
R&B
beautiful-
shower, like he got the coldest shower ever,
He
bro.
definitely got the
all hetero.
He definitely got the it wasn't me shower.
Right.
Definitely got the.
Take a shower, that motherfucker. You feel like $1 million. Like, dog. I feel like,
It wasn't me shower.
I feel like where's the photographer and the cameras? Like, I need to fuck around and make a music video.
They're in the ceiling. Don't worry.
Jay, you got some
Ray
of that
J
good,
definitely made this video in that shower.
You got some of that good affiliated trivia.
I do, man.
White boy wisdom.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Affiliate.
Yeah. Man. Still feels good.
I bet.
Still feels good, man.
Pause.
God damn it.
Whatever.
I gotta
man.
keep the counter going.
Zahn, you partaking in this?
Sure.
Would you like to? All right. I tried to throw some. I figured you would, so I tried to throw some older stuff in there, but it's all multiple choice. So
Hold your phone up, cause I'm
Sorry,
liable to,
you're
I'm
right. I
liable
don't wanna-
to side eye.
Yeah, it's like I'm in a.
Mike already
it's
probably gonna
weird
win because that's the
our whole
that's the
setup.
trip,
The
but-
setup is different. This
Yeah, I gotta
year.
get my revenge, cause he wasn't supposed to win last week.
It's the belt.
It's the belt. Yeah, you had the belt.
You see, he ain't offering up that belt for
No,
exclusive
no,
trivia though.
no.
That's cool though. Where my NWO belt? Where the NWO belt?
Next
My
year.
damn belt. I think it's in.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's in the cave.
All right, but we're gonna go with question number 1. This was dedicated to Big E since he did win the IC title on Friday. Who has the most combined days as Intercontinental Champion? The Wiz. Yes, that's how I wrote it.
The Wiz.
Pat Patterson, Pedro Morales, or the Honky Tonk Man?
I'm gonna go with the Wiz.
Trip says the Wiz.
Pedro.
Mikey Nardo says Pedro. And Zahn.
I'm going Wiz.
Zahn is going Wiz as well. Mikey Nardo starting off on the right foot with the correct answer.
I feel like
Was.
All right, so I know whose test I'm copying.
Hey, low key, Doug does the same thing. It's okay.
That's why I try to have him
Yeah.
answer first.
Yeah.
Like, you're not
Yeah.
gonna
And we
copy
had the
my
one
answer,
week
bro.
where every question Mike
Look.
answered first, and Trip just repeated it up until the last question because I made Doug answer first.
All I knew is it wasn't the honky tonk man.
Right, for sure.
That was the one thing I was sure on.
Right, it for sure
All
wasn't.
right. Well, question number 2 is a WCW question. When Rey Mysterio had to unmask against Hall and Nash, who was his tag team partner? Dean Malenko, Chavo, Eddie Guerrero, or Conan?
Eddie Guerrero.
Wait, Sam again?
Eddie.
Dean Malenko, Chavo Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero, or Conan. I'm sorry.
Eddie.
Yeah,
Says Eddie
I'm
too.
going Eddie.
Did you get?
What?
Ginger ale. Give Didge ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
Okay, wait. Say him again. One more time.
Dean Malenko, Chavo Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero, or Conan.
And what was the answers?
They both said Eddie.
Confidently, with
With a lot of confidence, I will say, yes.
with the expectation of being wrong.
Conan.
Like Leonardo says, Conan. Mike, you're up 2-0. It was Conan, because they were part of the Filthy Animals.
That's the blessing of the HQ.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
I thought it was gonna be some dumb shit like Chavo, and then I'm like, fuck.
No, Chavo used to always wrestle Ray.
Yeah.
True.
Question number 3.
Wait. Side tangent. Y'all remember Felipe?
Felipe.
His horse?
Uh-uh.
His horse on the stick? Remember he used to have a horse on the stick?
Oh.
Yeah, he used to have a horse on the stick, dog. I think his name was Felipe, bro. Look that shit up. That shit was funny as a bitch.
That's funny as fuck. Well, question number 3 is what year did NWA TNA debut?
Goddamn.
01, 02, 04, or 05?
I'm gonna go 02.
Trip is going 02.
02.
Mike's going 02. Zahn?
That's trash.
1.
Zahn is going 2001. You should have copied them because 2002 was the correct answer.
That's fine.
I had a feeling I was like, he's either gonna say fuck it and copy him, or he's gonna choose
Yeah.
his own.
I was like, if they're both wrong and I'm right, I'm gonna look like a genius. But if I keep being wrong, I'm gonna keep being wrong.
All right, question number 4 is how many WWE Women's Grand Slam champions are there? That would be the NXT Tag Team Raw and SmackDown champions. 3, 4, 5, or 6?
I'm going low. I'm going 3 on this one.
3.
Zahn and Tripper going 3. Nardo?
What's the answers? Sorry.
3, 4, 5, or 6?
I'm gonna go 4.
4.
I'm gonna go 4.
Mike is switching his, or Trip is switching his to 4, and so is Mike. That is the correct answer. It is 4.
Sasha, Bailey, Charlotte, Asuka.
Correct. Becky is not one.
Becky.
Becky hasn't won a tag team title yet.
Nope.
Oh,
Not
she
bad.
hasn't. Yeah. Okay.
Not bad. Not bad.
If you're listening, ladies and gentlemen, that means I'm on a goose egg.
So far,
Because I refuse to copy the answer.
we've had some goose eggs before.
Oh yeah, it's been plenty times where Jake had to dig in his magical bag for.
Oh yeah, well, there's been cases where there's been a tie and I have to go back in the bag and answer an old question.
At least you're not beating us.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's happened before.
if I get
Didge is 2-0.
yeah, Didge is 2-0.
2-0.
No, against Trip though. Against Trip.
Yeah, the week said you were
No,
good. Yeah.
I beat him once.
Did you beat him once?
Yeah,
Because I was going 3. I was going 3. Yep.
Oh, so he was 2-1.
Yeah.
'Cause I think Trip won the last one.
I won the one right before Mike came
Yeah,
back.
because Diz won the first 2. Because I was pissed because I was like, Trip, really?
Okay.
Diz don't even watch wrestling like that.
This is also Grand Slam related. Who is the only wrestler to be the Grand Slam champion of WWE and Ring of Honor? CM Punk, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, or Daniel Bryan?
Ring of Honor and WWE?
Mm-hmm.
What were the nominees again?
I'm gonna go DB.
CM Punk, Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins. Trip says Daniel Bryan.
What was the question again?
Who's the only wrestler to win Grand Slam champion of WWE and Ring of Honor? So basically win all the belts at some point in their career.
Daniel Bryan.
Mike says Daniel Bryan.
I'm,
The options were CM Punk, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan.
I'm going Daniel Bryan too. I'm gonna be wrong with all of them.
That is correct that you will be wrong with all of them because the correct answer was Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
Yep.
That was my second answer.
Hey, but I still won this round.
What's fucked up is
Florida Championship Wrestling there?
Yeah, FCW.
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask what is Florida Championship Wrestling.
Yep.
Okay.
FCW, yeah. Yep.
the fucked up part of it. Seth
4 or
Rollins was
5.
the first
Tyler,
one.
he was Tyler Black in
4 or 5, baby.
Damn. You know what's fucked up? I never
4 or 5, baby.
Because I'm always
Exclusive trivia.
I was expecting like 20 questions. Shit, I should have
No,
tried
I only
harder.
do 5 every week.
I should have tried harder.
Hey, should we up the questions?
Nah, 5, bro.
Nah.
Low key,
Five, 'cause-
I try to come up with one a day, and on like Friday, I'm like, shit, I only got 2 questions.
Yeah.
Because you think 5 is perfect because of our tennis in between questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
You go more than
Dude,
that.
last week's trivia went.
if this was
took
just
like
a wrestling
30
trivia
minutes to
show,
do,
it'd be one
Mike
thing.
had like a question for every question.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
just trying,
it was what it was. We had to fill time for sure.
trying to
Plus,
liven
we
it
also
up,
missed
you
a
know
week,
what I'm
so
saying?
it was like we had a lot to make up.
Yeah.
The Intercontinental Champion, you know what I'm saying?
Good job, Mike.
Mike
Once
the
again,
Continental-
it's almost like
Mike
a
the
routine
Continental
that
Champion.
you win that.
4 or 5, baby. 4 or 5. So now I'm up to
What, 8?
7 and 3.
7-3.
7 and 3. And that's since we've been in HQ.
Since we
Been in HQ. Yep.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. Alright, y'all, man. So
It's popping, cuz.
it's been a up and down week in wrestling, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
But TLC was this past Sunday.
Hey, I actually enjoyed the second
So
view.
before we get into match by match review, overall of the entire pay per view,
How many 2 sweets?
how many 2 sweeps?
I go 4.
I go 3.
I went 4.5
Yeah,
actually.
I go 4.
I went.
Did you watch it,
4.5.
Zahn?
Why?
The only match I didn't like was the Inferno match. Every
Okay,
other
that's
match I
good too.
liked. Every other match I liked.
I like the Inferno match.
Yeah, especially the end.
I didn't like the
I knew
ending.
I knew it was a dummy, but this the
Yeah.
whole point
that's
of.
the only reason, that's probably the only reason why I didn't like
The
it.
only
It's like-
reason why I did not like the ending is because obviously they had to use a dummy.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
of
of course,
course.
of course.
You won't be able to burn an actual.
Yeah, that's attempted murder, bro.
Yeah. So
You can do it
obviously
once.
They had to do
Randy doing 10
a
ASAP.
dummy.
Right.
I feel like the camera angle, they fucked up the camera.
Oh, yeah.
angle. They chose the wrong spot to use.
And the only thing,
Touch- oh, yeah, that's
the only thing
what
I
you
didn't like too was like Randy's supposed to be like this whole face and everything like that. He sets him on fire, gets out the ring, and then poses. Like, bro,
But
I mean, he did that in the fire.
Oh, yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's
so it's like now he's a heel now because he
He's
set a
an
man on
anti-
fire
he's
and gloated about it.
He's basically what he was being like in 2010. He's just an anti-hero.
Yeah,
he was just.
anti-hero.
Yeah,
I
I'm
consider him.
They had
He'd be like Deadpool.
Randy
Yeah.
Orton and the Fiend had a Inferno match where the only way you could win is to light your opponent on fire.
Wow. Okay.
So Randy Orton, for some reason, the Fiend was on fire and the match didn't end, which was the concept of it. Set your opponent on fire.
Yeah, that makes
He was
sense.
on fire and then he got RKO'd, which might be the coolest RKO ever. Like you RKO'd a man on fire.
The flaming RKO. That shit was dope.
And then he poured gas all over him and lit him on fire.
I think because Fiend caught fire incidentally.
Maybe.
Yeah, he probably wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, well, I think he was supposed to, but
But it was like,
just-
it wasn't because Randy did it to him.
Randy didn't set
Yeah.
him on
On
fire.
fire.
It was like, I was thinking that too. It was like when the Hardys and the Dudleys had the table match
Yeah.
back at the Royal Rumble.
And they ran through the tables because they
Hardys
missed.
put each other
Yeah.
through tables,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the Dudleys put them through tables, so
Yeah.
the match didn't end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's understandable though, because it
Yeah.
makes sense. Like I gotta
Like I
put
said,
you
that's
through
the
this
only match I
table.
didn't like.
It's got to be an offensive move for me to.
It's like there's
I'm also I'm really not a big fan of the cinematic matches either.
I like the cinematic matches.
Honestly, that wasn't really.
It wasn't
It wasn't
really
cinematic.
a cinematic match.
But
It
you
was
could
just
tell. You could
the
tell.
spots.
Yeah.
Because they focus on one of the wrestlers more than the
others,
others.
right.
They can move around. Like when they had the dummy switch, they focused on Randy a lot.
Yeah.
To make the switch.
And I was questioning it. I'm like, okay, so what the fuck are they? What, like the people on the screen looking at?
Right.
Exactly.
Like, they're looking at what we're
We're
looking
looking
at.
at,
exactly.
right.
That's
So
true.
all they're seeing is Randy. They're not seeing the entire arena as a whole. So it makes
That's
it
a-
easier for them to make
That's an
that switch.
underrated advantage that the E has. Is with
Yeah,
the
because
no
really
crowds.
they don't.
Shit,
They
that's
don't
why-
technically
You couldn't do
have
that
to
shit with fans.
No, they don't technically have to do cinematic matches all the time. They can
No.
do shit like that.
Yeah, true.
So they have those little spots.
Yeah.
True.
Favorite match.
Ooh, I have to remember the card.
Yeah. Put a card up. 'cause-
So the opening match on the pre-show was a 8-man tag match. You got Big E, Daniel Bryan, Chad Gable, and Otis taking on King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke.
I didn't watch that match, Loki.
I didn't watch it either, but
I didn't either.
Big E got the win
But I said
over,
Big E over, Sami Zayn.
which
Okay.
obviously set up the Big E versus Sami Zayn Intercontinental match, which Big E won. Shout out to Big E.
Yes, sir.
Then there's Drew McIntyre taking on AJ Styles.
That
And then
match,
The Miz
that was my favorite
coming
match.
in
Yeah,
and
that was
cashing
good.
in
That
at
was
the
my
end.
favorite match. That match was,
That was
dope.
good.
That was a really good match.
Just because AJ was in it.
Yeah, that was good.
AJ's so underrated, bro.
And Sasha Banks versus Carmella.
Carmella showed her ass off, bro. She showed
She
she
did.
could work.
She did her thing.
It was the
Yeah.
first time I seen her, and I was impressed.
Yeah, because I mean she's been gone for a while. And I told y'all they gave her a redesign.
Yeah.
And so she's like, she's really taking on this new character well.
I feel like they
I
tried
wasn't
to.
sold on it at first, but I fuck with it.
I feel like they tried to see how she would do with the Emelina gimmick,
Okay.
and I feel like it kind of worked for her. Like it
Yeah.
worked for her
Yeah, fair
because
enough.
everybody already thought Carmella was a pretty ass chick anyway. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
She's
for her to
gorgeous.
get like she pretty as shit. So for her to get that Emelina role where she was a seductive whatever, it worked for her. So I think
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But I feel like they was like, we finna get a bitch who go get this Emelina role, and I feel like it.
That's basically what it was.
it
Like, we
worked,
have
yeah.
this role set, so
Right.
we got to do it.
And I feel like it worked perfectly with
Yeah.
Carmella.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, favorite.
Then there's the Hurt Business, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin taking on the New Day.
I think we called this match.
We did call this match.
No, I called it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think all three of us said it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say pull up our how did we do?
I have to
Then
see
there's
if I still have it.
Asuka and Charlotte taking on Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler. And you got Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in the TLC match. And then Randy Orton versus The Fiend in the Firefly Inferno match.
Sorry, I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to the note for my prediction. Sorry. I
What
failed.
the fuck are you here for?
Apparently the trivia
That's it. That's it.
and my other-minded insight. My feelings hurt, bro.
Yeah, because that was unexpected. I got shocked. Like, oh my god!
It's getting a little tense in here,
Right, I'm
y'all.
glad you're in between us. I feel like I got smacked or some shit.
You ever seen a pet get scared when they owners is fighting? It's
Hey,
like, oh shit!
me and Mike is sitting here like mommy and daddy are fighting
I look at
again.
Zahn like, hey, this ain't usually what happens on the episode. I don't know what. I don't. No,
Why's
favorite.
mommy yelling at daddy?
Too much alcohol.
Oh, what?
The hot sauce challenge.
This is fucking
He's
ghost pepper whiskey. No, favorite match though.
Favorite match.
Since he got over the card, favorite match.
My favorite match would have to be the Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens.
That match was cool too.
I enjoyed that.
That, and then there's the Hurt Business versus New Day.
To be honest, my favorite match was Asuka and Charlotte versus Nia Jackson and Shayna. Just because we all predicted that Charlotte was gonna come back.
We did all predict that.
We said it was either gonna be Charlotte or Kyrie.
Or Kyrie, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't know that Kyrie is still she's still with WWE. She's like their ambassador over there.
In
Japan,
Japan,
yeah.
NXT Japan.
I think she just wanted to go home. So.
I think so. 'Cause I think she just got married or some shit too.
That, the whole COVID situation
Right.
still running rapid.
But no, I got to go with the women's tag match or, I got to go Roman and Kevin. Because everybody knew Roman was gonna win, but just how
Kevin put on a fucking show.
just how valiant and
Bro,
Like, 'cause
bro,
he was
when-
running
like low key.
on-
But at the end of the night, like I think right now, like over Drew, even though Drew's a champion, I feel like Kevin is the ultimate babyface right now,
yeah, when
like the ultimate underdog.
when Roman
Yeah.
was hitting him with the chair and Kevin had the chair and he kept swinging even though he was on the ground and shit. I
Right.
was rolling, bro. I was like, that's how you would fight for real. If you was in a real fight and somebody was trying to hit you with a chair and you got one, you still gonna swing even if you're on the ground. You're not gonna
Because
just
it's like,
lay there
bro,
and get hit.
everybody knew Double R was gonna win,
Yeah.
but Kevin gave you hope. Like, oh shit, fam might actually win this motherfucker. Like, this shit is nuts.
Yeah, he was.
Which is exactly what he's supposed to do.
Dude, bro, you fucking started.
Yeah, I felt like.
You got shows on that so you can get a little laughter too, because that's funny, dog. That's hilarious, bro. Didge, when this goes on YouTube, you might have to post that video so the fans can know it, so the fans can laugh too.
Hey, low key side tangent. Hey, so I went and dropped my daughter presents off to her, right? So she opened the presents.
Yeah.
And then she was like, Daddy, let me show you what I already got. And I'm looking and I was like, damn, I could have just saved my money. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dog, you got like twice as much shit. It's like, fam, you only 10. So there's literally 8 more years of this shit.
That's how we felt about Bella.
Like, dog, what the fuck?
'Cause we got her plenty shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brittany Mom's got her plenty shit.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany's sisters got plenty shit.
Yep.
You gotta expect
Brittany's
that.
grandmas got
Yeah.
plenty shit.
Yeah.
Then we got to my side of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to start claiming shit as a parent. Like, look,
Yeah.
I'm buying the fucking scooter, okay?
Hey, it was nice though. It
Right?
was nice though, because we all had like, because Brittany bought her like learning shit, so like books and flashcards.
The shit a parent wants the kid to have.
Yeah. And I bought
Yeah.
her shoes. I bought her
The shit the dad would buy.
some boots
Yeah.
and some like some bear paws, little like other type of boots. And then it was the clothes and then plenty toys, like plenty fucking toys. Like I had to throw away toys in preparation of getting
For the new
more
toys.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, she probably wasn't in the room when you was throwing away the toys. She
Oh no, I waited till she go to sleep.
That's
That's what you gotta do.
she ain't
Like,
noticed.
shit look at you crazy, like.
Yeah. She had to wait
noticed.
for her to go to sleep.
You can get rid of half your kids' toys overnight, every night, and she'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah.
Because they play with like the same three things, to be realist.
No, Bella, she fucks with everything in her room. If you put it in her room, it is not her toys. And she will play with that shit until she
Bro,
feel like she don't want to play with it no more. And she'll put it in the corner and then come back to it like a week later.
She literally had a field day playing with clothes in a basket.
Yes.
Like a field day. Like she was good. Like good.
We get to my mom's crib, and right, she's opening. We're opening her gifts because
She over somewhere
she
doing
gave no fuck about the Christmas presents.
Yeah.
We're opening her gifts and trying to get her to play with her toys.
Yeah.
My nephew got like Hot Wheels. She wants to fucking roll with the Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hot Wheels are fun as shit, that's why.
She was like, they got these, y'all give me none? Like, oh damn. She was
Just
fed up.
overlay Toys, like,
Don't worry,
Right.
if she wants some Hot Wheels, I'll bring her some Hot Wheels. I can get it for her.
From what?
But no, I'd say next favorite match though would be the Hurt Business versus New Day.
That match was tight.
Yeah.
Because the opening sequence between Kofi and Xavier and how that tandem offense was running rampant.
Going good, yeah.
And then out of nowhere the ties changed.
Yeah.
And then the finish. The
Oh,
finish
with
is
Cedric tagging himself in and shit?
Yeah. That finish is gonna play an important role in the development of the Hurt Business.
Especially with Cedric.
Yeah, because I feel like
He gonna fucking run to be their breakout star. Like
and I
over
feel like
Bobby.
it's either gonna be Cedric breaking off and becoming a solo star, or we're gonna get another singles run from Shelly.
Type shit. I can see that too.
Shelton low key looks good for flight. He's like 44 years old.
Yeah.
He looks like he's
Been around for a long
And
time.
shout out-
Been around for
I was gonna say because
20
I know
years.
Zahn watched him too.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember when he first broke in with Kurt Angle.
Yep.
Team
Like-
Angle.
World greatest tag team, bro.
Yeah.
Team Angle, yep.
Yeah, he's still
Been around for a long
He was
time.
gone for a little bit, but then he just miraculously
The
popped
gold
up
standard,
a couple
bro.
years
Gold
ago.
standard.
No,
And
and then he left again and came back.
And then his ring attire said the gold standard on it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
dope. And
When,
then,
when
Then
his
they had
mama,
him-
when
they
his
had
mama
him
used to
with
come
his-
out.
His hand come out with his
no, I'm
mom.
talking about his ring attire
Now?
from TLC.
Oh, yeah.
His shirt said gold standard.
Yeah.
And Cedric had the Black Panther joints on.
I feel like they have a chance to be one of the biggest factions, stables.
Factions. Yeah.
Factions.
Like, yeah, I feel like they got a
Faction or stable.
yeah, I feel like they got a chance to be one of the top heel stables of the current business right now. It's like they all good and they all work. But no, what I wanted to do is shout out to Shelton Benjamin for going to see Shad's
son.
Gaspard's son after he won
right
the tag
after
titles.
show, and he had his
He had
name
the-
written on
yeah.
the tape and shit.
Yep.
So shout out to Shelton for that. That's real respect.
Bro, low key, I was thinking, but like, they need to rename. But they got the Ultimate Warrior Award or whatever. They need to change that shit to the Shad Gaspard Award.
Yeah.
Because Warrior was cool, but like
Or
Warrior was kind of an asshole.
No,
in real
no,
life.
don't change that.
nah, you
Make
can't
another
change that
award.
one. You
Yeah.
make another one, yeah.
Yeah, just because that's connected with Connor, and Connor got
yeah,
so much
yeah,
respect
that's
in
true.
WWE right now.
That's true.
Yeah, especially.
So they're not gonna change that.
Yeah.
So if anything, they go either they go probably do like another battle royal or some type of match.
No,
or
I
some
was just
shit.
thinking like an
Or
award.
they go
that
do an
give out
award.
every
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But they go do an award.
Yeah.
They'll do something like that, I'm sure.
They could probably make his like a philanthropy award.
Yeah.
Like the
Something
Shad,
like
the
that.
Chad
Yeah.
Gaspard philanthropy award.
What was it? The NFL is the Walter
Walter
Payton
Payton,
Man of the Year.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Some shit like
you know,
that.
like the WWE's real life heroes or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I hope they show.
Hey, so if you're listening, Vince, all right?
First of
Hey,
all,
I just seen something. Another
Vince's,
side tangent.
his health.
Yeah, I seen something about his health. His health is on the decline.
Yeah, not
Bro,
looking too
Vince
good.
helped Ben on
Pass me that Coca-Cola.
But he like what? Close to 80 now.
Yeah.
He's a good 70 something.
He's like 70.
Didge, fact check. How old is Vince
He's
McMahon?
like 74, 75, I want to say.
77. I'm going 77.
Which is crazy
Him
because
and
if you
the
think
Don are
about
like
it,
around the same age.
which is crazy when you think about it, he was already an old man.
Yeah.
He was like, when we was like, fuck Vince McMahon.
That dude was putting his
75?
body. Yeah. He's putting his body on the line 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Let me get one of those.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Speaking of L's, Nick Galeris makes this Apple L fucking phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard of it. I have to
Yeah.
try that shit.
Yeah, they sell it at the liquor store around
Trip
across the
stays
street.
trying new shit. Him and Didge good with that shit.
Yeah,
Bro,
bro.
Didge, I'm so like,
I don't want to. That's from.
I was showing Chris
Kicking with
damn near every
Didge.
beer that you were drinking during your whole 25 days.
I don't want to keep drinking the same beer. I like to expand my palate.
Yeah.
I'm scared to do that because then if I buy some beer and I don't like it, I'm gonna be pissed.
What did you just get it all like sent to
just
you like a
drink it.
25 pack?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Just drink it and don't buy it again.
Right. That's true.
That shit looked. I couldn't pronounce any of that shit.
Yeah.
It's
That
all,
was,
tried.
it's all German beer. That's why.
I
That should be
tried.
delicious as hell, man.
that was plenty Soviet Union beer. Like he's been drinking plenty
That
Soviet
shit was
Union.
definitely had some Hell Hydra to it.
Okay, so we did favorite match. What was your least favorite match?
Least favorite match.
I named mine. Mine was the Inferno match.
This is tough.
I'd probably go to pre-show match just because I didn't see it.
I'd have to go pre-show match because that'd be the only thing that brought this down to a 3 for me.
Right. So yeah,
I'll say this is probably the best pay-per-view we've reviewed.
I think it's
Every match was solid so far.
SummerSlam, not SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Survivor Series? I like Survivor
that was
Series.
probably-
too. This
that
one was
was
match to
like-
match.
that and the Royal Rumble are the top two for me for the
Oh,
year.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
sure.
year.
Of the year.
Yeah.
Nice tangent because on Friday was the 2020 Slammys.
Man, I watched that shit right before.
I was watching that work. That shit was funny. Our
Right
truth,
before we got here. dog.
R-Truth is-
I
our
tweeted-
truth, pure gold needs to host the Slammys from here on out.
He needs to just host everything WWE does.
Yeah, from here on out.
Bro,
No,
when
not
he-
everything because they're gonna fuck around and make us tired of him.
Yeah, they gonna saturate
That's
his
true.
ass, and then we ain't
Dog,
gonna like
when
his
he
ass.
fucked around and said, I want to thank everybody for being here, and it was all the cardboard cutouts of the wrestlers, and then he said, hey, Finn Balor, why are you tucked off in the corner, bro? I started rolling. He was like, you looking kind of creepy.
Yeah, I enjoyed
He was
the
hilarious.
virtual Slammys. It was good.
It was good.
Yeah, I finished watching it.
That was a
I
fun
skipped
hour
through a
and
lot
20
of it,
minutes.
low key.
I watched that whole thing.
I watched it all the way
That
through.
hour and 20 minutes was worth
Like,
it.
I mean, I would just, like, little 10 seconds here and then when
Oh,
stuff
no,
was
I watched
dragging along a little
commercials,
too
all
far.
that shit. I let that
Like,
shit
a lot
run
of
through.
the, like, when people were winning the awards, I was
Yeah.
skipping through their
Oh no, I
acceptance
watched
speeches
all
and
that shit.
Yeah.
So,
I watched
So
all that
the
shit.
categories were Superstar of the Year, Match of the Year, Rivalry of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Return of the Year, Ring Gear of the Year,
And I almost got these right. Like
Breakout
guessing.
Star of the Year, Female Superstar, Male Superstar of the Year, and Moment of the Year, Most Creative 24/7 Pin, Musical Performance of the Year, Social Media Superstar of the Year, Trash Talker, Network Documentary of the Year, Celebrity Appearance of the Year, Double Cross of the Year, and Referee of the Year.
Gronk made the
The
list.
referee of the year was my favorite segment
Dog, that shit was
because
hilarious.
that one ref, bro. Oh my god, because he was
I don't remember
spazzing
his
and then
name.
he walked
He
out. I
was
forgot his
pissed.
I
name.
forgot his name.
I just remember him
because
because Nicholas is his son, the little kid who won the
is that
tag
what it
titles
was?
with Bray,
Oh, okay.
Bray Wyatt. That's his son.
Oh, okay.
So when he came out, he was like, "Yeah, I won that." He was like, "No, we didn't win."
Dog.
And he was like, "Charles Robinson." And then he got the spazzing, and then he walked out and
Dog.
came back with the wig and shit,
Dog,
dog.
bro,
That shit,
he said, I ironed this shirt for 4 hours.
so that shit killed me,
Like, bro, it took you
dog.
4 hours to iron a referee shirt? How
That
ridiculous
shit was
is
funny
this?
as fuck. Yeah, I fucked with the Slammy. The Slammy was
Yeah.
Dog. Yeah,
If
a
they
lot
can
of
keep
the-
it, if they can keep it funny and entertaining like this, they can do it
as
every
long
year.
as they keep our truth involved,
Yeah,
everything will be funny,
yeah.
'cause
Like,
known
he's
that.
got to be like the inaugural Slammy host. Like,
Yeah.
he has to.
Dog, he was fucking
So,
hilarious.
Yeah.
like, Superstar of the Year went to Drew McIntyre.
That was easy.
Yeah, I can.
From start to finish,
Yeah,
that was
Start to
easy.
finish, yeah. Like the.
Remember, Roman didn't come back until what?
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yeah.
Yep.
The nominees were Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Braun Strowman, The Fiend, Asuka, Sasha, Bayley, Becky, and Charlotte. I feel like of everybody I named, it was hands down Drew. Drew had the best.
Oh, yeah.
shot.
Start to finish, he had the best year.
Yeah, start to finish, yeah.
I remember the year started with him winning the Royal Rumble, so it was like he
Yeah.
went from there and he just ascended.
Yeah.
So
Lost it, got it right back.
Yeah,
He was
became a
good.
two-time champion.
Right. He was good.
Match of the year. So the nominees were New Day versus Hurt Business, Raw, November 16th. Edge versus Randy, the greatest wrestling match ever at Backlash. The Men's Royal Rumble of 2020. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan for the IC Championship tournament finals. Roman versus Jay in a Hell in a Cell I Quit match. Sasha versus Bailey.
Beckley. Sasha versus Beckley.
Sasha versus Bailey in a Hell in a Cell match. AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn versus Jeff Hardy in IC title. Triple threat ladder match. Drew versus Roman at Survivor Series. Becky Lynch versus Asuka at the Royal Rumble. And the winner was the Boneyard match.
Yeah,
at WrestleMania 36, which I really can't argue with that.
Yeah, I can agree
Can't.
with that. Yeah, I can agree with
But
that.
everything that was on the card, Men's Royal Rumble was fucking, that shit was cracking.
you know what's funny is AJ was in 3 of those matches that were nominated.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah,
goes to show how underrated
He
he
the
is.
current GOAT right now.
Was
damn
he in the
near.
Royal Rumble?
Yeah, because
Or is it
he,
both matches?
he separated his shoulder when Edge did
Yeah,
it.
you remember because when Edge came back, he like damn near eliminated himself.
Yeah, he separated
Yeah.
his shoulder.
He was in 4 of the matches.
Yep.
I didn't even think about the Royal Rumble until Mike
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a tough category, but you'd have to give it to the Boneyard match just because they kind of set the bar for cinematic matches.
And then plus, it was Taker's last match.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
WrestleMania.
it's the sentimental aspect of
Right.
it too. You can't fuck with that.
Like Taker took home 3 Slammys this year,
Yeah.
so that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Didge with the thumbs down.
yeah.
Taker.
Hey, he won't win any next year, so you're fine.
Right. Like, you ain't worry about
You're
it.
good,
Like,
yeah.
You have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
He ain't wrestling no more. He ain't gonna win no more titles.
Yeah.
No more war. Like you good, Did. Like 2020.
Yeah,
And he won documentary too, so it's like he can't have a documentary about it.
Hey, because every time Undertaker won something, I kept thinking about Diz. Like, damn, Diz gonna
Dog,
be pissed when we talk
same,
about this
bro.
shit. Like, Diz gonna be pissed when we talk about this shit. Like, damn.
Exactly, same. Dog. I thought the same. There was like Undertaker. I was like, damn, Didge.
Like,
We gotta bring him up again.
Alright, so the next was Rivalry of the Year. Yeah, Seth Rollins versus the Mysterio family.
I really didn't like that feud.
Nah, I ain't like it. Drew versus Randy.
Side note, they said Seth is coming back New Year's Day.
Oh. Okay.
Question: coming back as a heel or face?
Face.
Thanks.
He just had a baby.
I feel like he's still gonna come back as a heel for a little bit. It's how when he fucked his ACL up, how he was still kind of a heel a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like he's still gonna have him heelish antics.
I feel like he's gonna come out as a heel, like with the crowd reaction.
Right. You know
But
what I'm
he
saying?
might do some heel shit.
Do so, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he might. I feel like he gonna fuck around. They gonna make his ass a heel until Becky come back. So
Seth Rollins is one of those guys who he's such a good heel that people fall in love with him.
yeah,
You know, like it's what he does best.
yeah. He's one of the
So-
few wrestlers that can do heel and face good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you a heel, I hate you, but I fuck with you because
Right.
just who you are.
You're damn good at what you
right.
do.
It's like I fuck with you, bro. I gotta respect that.
Yeah. Then you got Edge versus Randy. Sasha versus Bailey. R-Truth versus The World.
Dog,
That was my
shit
pick.
hilarious.
That was my pick.
Same.
That was my pick.
Lana versus announcement tables.
That was disrespectful.
That was my pick.
disrespectful.
Explain R-Truth versus the world.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay.
You got it.
Picture it, Sicily, 1912.
All right,
So you remember the hardcore title? Remember the hardcore title? So how they would defend it?
24/7,
How they defended 24.
stipulation.
So they decided to bring back the 24/7 part of it. So it's a 24/7 championship. So you basically
It looks
defend
like
the
a
title.
belt. It just looks like a penny that says 24/7.
He likes to
Besides
describe
the point.
belts. Yeah, I don't.
Besides the point.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
I don't know what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah.
I just said yeah, just to say yeah.
Right. So basically, you defend the like anytime, anywhere, as long as there's a referee around, you go fuck around and have to defend the title.
Yeah.
And R-Truth is like,
Technically doesn't have to be a wrestler.
yeah, you don't have to be. But my thing, how many reigns is R-Truth had?
A
Like
lot.
30-something reigns.
I think it's
He's
more
been
than that.
champion
More than that now.
like 40-something times already, and that's why it's R-Truth.
Oh.
And that's why he's going to make a mess. But that's why it's R-Truth versus the world, because even then when he loses it, he somehow gets it back, and then it's just everybody trying to take it from him. Like, they damn near created the belt for R-Truth. To keep him on TV. Because everybody know, like, everybody fuck R-Truth. Like,
It's basically something for him and all the people that aren't getting in matches to do.
But I feel like they gave it to R-Truth because he's
yeah.
funny,
Yeah.
people get behind him.
Because the shit he can do.
So it's like, no matter what, he's going to be involved with that title. So anytime they have a segment involving that title, he gonna be involved.
Yeah, he could just pop up. It don't matter when. He could just pop up mid-match during a promo with somebody. He could just pop up wherever.
How Ric Flair won like 16 world titles, R-Truth is like the 48-time 24/7 champion.
But he's
And how he described it though, because he's like the I-95, the
25 and 8, I-95 South, TV, Intercontinental.
television. He's a television hardcore champion.
Dog, that should be killing me,
Dog,
dog.
he
Every
said-
time.
Bro, he's the funniest dude in the world. You seen when what was it on Raw when Her Business took the picture?
No.
Her in the ring, Her Business. They had Bobby was holding the United States, and then they were holding the tag teams. While they were taking a picture in the middle of the ring, R-Truth jumped on the ring and went on the turnbuckle and held the 24/7 belt like he was photobombing him. Dog, it was hilarious.
It was fucking hilarious.
He's a national treasure, bro. We have to protect him at all costs.
Yeah. Edge versus Randy was the winner in that.
Hands down.
Yeah.
But
I feel like number 2 probably would have been Sasha and Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that one we were building up forever.
Then you got Tag Team of the Year, the Golden Role Models, which were Sasha and Bailey, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, New Day.
Which I feel like they shouldn't have been on there because they
Too
literally
new.
was a team for like 3 months.
Who?
Yeah.
Sasha,
Nia Jax and Shayna.
Yeah.
And they technically were thrown together. They weren't created.
Yeah.
The Street Profits and Shinsuke and Cesaro.
Shinsuke and Cesaro, low-key, were underrated. Like,
Oh no, for real. Yeah, they were.
They were cold all year.
Yeah.
But Profits is up.
Yeah. Profits is definitely up. They were the winners, which I feel like that, honestly.
If they didn't win it, Bailey and Sasha had to.
Yeah.
But you know they won't go give it to them because they beefing.
Yeah.
But it's like y'all gotta strap the Rockets to the Street Profits, bro.
Yeah, they're cold. Which they have been. I mean,
Yeah, they haven't disappointed.
Yeah. Then you got Return of the Year.
that was, you might as well just name the winner. That one was obvious.
Oh, that had to be.
There's no option.
Had to be,
There
bro.
was nobody else.
Yeah,
that
had to
won.
be.
Well, Roman, after coming back after his leukemia.
But not bigger than Edge, though.
Technically,
Nah,
Roman's leukemia return was last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. He's just like, he
Edge.
was gone.
He
for a
left
little
because of
bit,
COVID
came
or
back.
some shit, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, so he
yeah.
left because of COVID.
He left because his health was at
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah.
This nigga left because he couldn't wrestle for 9 years. Like,
Yeah.
that's a way bigger return, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
they told you
Edge's
couldn't wrestle for
return-
9
Edge's
years.
return at WrestleMania or at the Royal Rumble was so dope.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Yeah, I damn near shed a tear when he returned. So hands down, like there was no.
And they
other
still
winner.
fucked up the spot when he came into the ring.
Just the cameraman. Just the
yeah.
cameraman.
Just the producer.
But then they fixed it with the
Yeah,
editing.
Chris. Edge returns. He's been gone for 9 years from his neck injury. He comes in. The first thing he does is run to the ring and spear somebody, and the crowd and the cameraman is on the crowd.
Yeah,
during all of
you
it.
don't even catch that first.
You don't
spear.
catch it, and
Yeah.
the crowd goes crazy. They're like, all you hear is the mat, boom, and it's just a dude in the crowd going, yeah.
My favorite part of
Shit.
all of that is just the genuine look of
Bro, he want to cry.
Excitement.
yeah,
Bro, he
just
wanted to cry.
because he was so geeked to be back.
Yeah.
Like he
9
like,
years
just the
is a
energy
long
of the crowd.
time,
Like you
man.
could look, you could tell in his face that like
9
he was genuinely
years,
happy.
shit.
Like he was like humble. Like he was good
And
to be
they,
back.
Stone Cold said it best. Like, you don't know that feeling until you hear that crowd
Mm-hmm.
again.
They hear
Which
that
he
crowd
deserved
pop.
that. Because imagine if he came back and it was like the COVID era where there was no
Right.
crowd. I'd have been super pissed.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, sad. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not the same at all.
Just like Undertaker's last matches and shit like that. It's like, there's nobody there to really give him the respects that he earned.
Yeah, but at least they were able to shoot his last match.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, you couldn't shoot that match like in that kind of concept with having a crowd in there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So in that respect, like, COVID made The Undertaker better, but Edge needed the crowd, man.
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
he definitely
He needed the crowd.
He definitely,
Hands down.
yeah.
Hands down. Next was the Ring Gear of the Year. Got Charlotte, Sasha, Seth, New Day, Bianca, Shinsuke, and Carmella, which they all have really good ring gear.
I would have gave it to. I picked New Day, but my second pick would have been Bianca because she make her own ring gear.
Yeah.
and her shit be cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that would be my second pick.
The winners definitely deserve it.
Oh yeah, New Day.
Yeah,
No, hands down.
Snap when they came out
hands
with
down.
Gears of War.
Gears of War,
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
They
pretty
put
shit,
them
that's
in the game, and they came out with their gear that's in the game. Like
Yeah.
that's dope.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I like it's funny how Xavier had the trombone with the chainsaw piece attached to it.
First of all, you gotta call her by her name, which is I don't know.
It's a great name.
What's the trombone's name?
Oh my goodness, I can't
think of it. It definitely has a name.
Didge is fact checking. While we doing that, I'm gonna go to the next category.
I feel it's like Lucille or some shit.
Breakout Star of the Year.
Francesca. I was gonna say Francine.
You were close.
You were close.
If you just said Francine, they would have been like, yeah, that one.
That one on what? Like hell yeah.
Because no one would have known enough to just like tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
Then I would have got a YouTube comment. You mean the monkey from Arthur? Like, oh wait, no, that's not who I was talking about. That's not who.
That's not it, ladies.
Talking about Francine. Talking about Francine Frenchie? Like, no, wrong Francine.
Breakout Star of the Year. So Dominic Mysterio, Bianca Belair, Otis, Street Profits, and Murphy.
Yeah.
He's from Wisconsin.
He is. He's a fat white dude from Wisconsin.
Yeah, white dude.
He wrestles with his shirt off.
Oh yeah.
A whole black dude.
Wait, hold on. When's the last time you met a white dude named Otis?
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, that don't make no damn sense.
Otis.
And the fucked up is that he looks like he's like cornbread fed country.
Yeah, them dudes don't get named Otis.
No, they get named like Burr.
Jethro.
Or Buford or some shit like
Buford, yeah.
Yeah.
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Billy Bob and what?
Jake.
Richard. They call him Dick.
Spike from Little
Spike.
Little Giants and shit. Spike. Nigga.
Buzz and
On what? Alright.
They call me Lil Tim.
L-I-L apostrophe. Nigga.
What's little about you?
It's like mob name, nigga.
Yeah.
The Street Profits took that.
Oh, hands down.
Of course, I mean, it was either them or Bianca.
I don't think Dominic's been there long enough to be a breakout star. He hasn't done anything.
I wouldn't have been mad if Dominic won it though, because his matches that he's been have been called.
He would have won that off his name.
Off his name.
Not off.
His
Not
matches
off.
that he's done has been called.
But not off what he's done in the ring
I'm
though.
gonna say I would have been upset if you took that over Street Profits or Bianca.
Yeah.
Street Profits had to get it though.
Because Bianca did good at Survivor Series. She snapped at the Royal Rumble. She been busting ass in NXT.
She lasted the longest in the Rumble. She lasted the longest in the Survivor Series. Like, so if anybody had breakout star, I'd say it was her. But Street Profits can't really argue with them because
Profits is up though. Profits is up.
They're undefeated this year, so
They're what?
undefeated.
Okay.
Under defeated.
I was making sure that's what I heard.
They have not been defeated enough, is what he's trying to
They're
say.
under defeated.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Female superstar of the year: Asuka, Sasha, Bailey, Becky, Charlotte. Which is weird.
I would have picked
Because-
Sasha.
Charlotte's been gone majority of the year.
And so is Becky.
Yeah. So it would have literally been. I would have picked Asuka to be honest with
So you got Asuka, Sasha, and
you.
Bailey.
Bailey.
I would have picked Sasha only because she won.
No, it could have been. No, it could have been Bailey low key.
Bailey,
It
I'd
could've
say
been Bailey,
Bailey
because
because
But
Bailey had to
I
go
only
over
picked
here.
Asuka. I only picked
Survivor
Asuka.
Series to Survivor Series.
Yeah, I only picked Asuka because technically she cashed in. Even though it wasn't a cash in,
Yeah.
Becky was like,
Gave her the
I'm
belt.
finna have a baby, here go the title.
Yeah.
But technically that's a cash in. So I was like,
Yeah.
Asuka cashed in on Becky. So I would have either gave it to Sasha or Becky.
Yeah, but
Or Sasha or Asuka.
Sasha won it though. I
Oh, yeah,
like
I would agree
they
with
gave
that.
it to Sasha,
Yeah.
and I can't disagree with that.
No, no, no.
I love Sasha.
Not at all.
I have been waiting on her to come back.
Yeah.
You know, since she left.
And they finally let her get title defense wins.
Yeah, which
Like
is
that was
key.
the one thing that sucked about her title reigns is that she never could defend the title.
So every time she won a
never
belt,
could
she
defend
lost
the
it
title.
very next match. Because they always put
Never
her against
could defend
Charlotte,
it.
and Charlotte is like Vince's girl. So
Yeah.
But it's funny because at first, like, shout out to Gibby, I love you, cuz. But Gibby was the reason why I hated Charlotte for the longest because he was so pro Charlotte that I was like, no, I hate this bitch. But then it's like as I got to watching her, and it's like, hey, I fuck with Charlotte. I'm like, okay, I fuck with Charlotte.
I
Like,
still think Charlotte.
you have your overrated moments, but like for the most part,
Coke bottle.
like for the most part, you top 5 women, right? You top 5 women wrestler right now.
Yeah.
I get it to you.
You
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've been a fan ever since.
Yeah.
Been a fan ever
I
since.
like it.
Male superstar of the year: Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Braun Strowman, and The Fiend.
There's only
To me, it would have been Drew or Randy.
Yeah.
Just because Roman was gone for most of the year, so I can't really give it to him.
Yeah.
But Drew and Randy were there. I'm not saying that Bray and Braun weren't, but I feel like Drew and Randy kind of like led the flagship.
Braun hasn't really done shit since WrestleMania, and The Fiend has been involved with everything the whole year.
He just hasn't done nothing significant.
But Drew has been the GOAT.
Yeah. Either him or Randy. That's why I said either him or Randy, because Randy would have been his foil.
They've been making money off Drew's back.
Yeah, so Drew is, he's
so just do moment of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I ain't going to do the rest of these.
Then was the online joints.
Yeah, them online joints.
Yeah,
Which low-key, the one dude online, though, was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was like, why are we giving awards for bad shit?
He's like, why are we rewarding bad behavior? Because Bailey be going in on his ass on social media.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's technically not pause because it's a boy and girl.
Going in on his ass though.
Yeah, Bailey, not me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bailey, a female.
A female's going in on the guy's ass.
That's called pegging. That's not me. I'm not trying to get pegged, motherfucker. Like that's
not a pause moment.
Not really.
Right, because it's a girl. It's not like I was like,
Anyway,
It's more common than you think.
Right.
Probably is.
Nigga, it's a porn category. That's
Just
what
don't think about it too hard.
That's what I'm saying. It's a porn category.
Just really don't think about it.
Cut all this out in post, dog. Cut all this out in post.
Moment of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
Peg of the year.
I
just did that just so I just did. I'm sorry.
That was Miss Bunny.
Right. I'm sorry.
Gets pegged of the year. Moment of the year. So you got.
I see what you did there. Too sweet. Okay.
Very nicely done.
Moment of the year. So it's the Undertaker's final farewell at some Survivor Series.
Don't say that too loud. You just might turn this off.
Right. Drew McIntyre defeating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Becky Lynch announcing her pregnancy. Edge returning in the Men's Royal Rumble. The New Day farewell address on SmackDown. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman unite on SmackDown. Bayley betrays Sasha on SmackDown. Or the New Day gets drafted to different brands.
Oh, that was so sad.
They are in this category twice.
I get Undertaker winning, but mine would have been Edge.
Yeah.
Edge does.
But you have to give the respect to Undertaker.
No,
Undertaker, you don't have to give him that respect because Edge's return outshines his
I didn't cry when Edge when Undertaker did his farewell. I damn near shed a tear when all I heard was, "You think you know me, bro?"
Dude, and the Undertaker, though this is billed as his final farewell, let's not forget where he left his fucking ring attire in the ring.
Yeah.
And made that seem as his farewell.
Yeah, it's true.
So, no, I'm not okay with him getting this fucking moment of the year because, bro, you've had that moment already.
Yeah,
Edge has not had this moment.
Edge should have been a 2-time Slammy winner this year.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. So, at the end of that, we are going to take a quick break.
Pay some bills.
And we'll be back to y'all. Welcome back to the NWO Podcast, the NWO Podcast, the podcast that is just too sweet.
Too sweet.
I am no longer the Intercontinental Trip, but it is still St. Tripolis.
The Mike the Continental Champion.
And of course, Mr. J Exclusive.
The affiliate.
And
we still got Zahn here.
Can't forget the one and only Zahn.
Mr. Whiskey and Tacos himself.
You know what I'm saying?
Mr. No Nickname. The new Mr. No Nickname.
Nah, dude, it's Mr. Whiskey and Tacos.
It's not a nickname, it's a brand name.
Fair enough.
He is the brand. He's not a brand.
He's the brand.
Okay. Business man.
It's like Pitbull. He's worldwide, dog.
Yep.
Worldwide. So, Sting recently was on AEW Unrestricted, where he did some talking about how he came into his AEW contract and the moments leading up to it and what he was asking of it. one of the things that he asked the E was that he wanted to do a bunch of matches with Undertaker. Like, he finally came out and admitted to this on record, saying how he wanted to do cinematic matches with the Undertaker, but somehow, for some reason, that never came into fruition. Which I feel like the E doctors didn't clear him for the type of work they wanted him to do.
I feel like the E doctors are way too strict.
Way too strict. They're entirely too strict. Because, I mean, the injury that he has, I mean, in comparison will be Paige. Paige will have a similar...
Yeah, because it was the neck, right?
It was
his neck.
Neck, spine region.
Yeah.
Almost similar injuries. He took a buckle bomb and she was kicked in the back by Sasha.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is right. Sasha did fuck her up for her.
So, I mean, similar trauma to about the same area.
I'll say the only difference I would say is, which obviously I don't know how the spine works, I'm not a doctor, but like that, but you know, there's a difference between being in your 30s and being in your 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Compared to the amount of damage that you can take.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, when we all hit, you know, when we're going to hit 30 and these guys are already past 30, you know, we wake up, our knees hurt a little different.
Hey, low-key, fuck you.
But I feel like Sting was one of the few wrestlers who barely got injured.
Yeah. That's
not true. He tore his ACL twice. And
that's why I said barely. That's why I didn't say never.
Oh.
I said barely got injured.
Keyword with
yeah. Because he did tear his ACL.
I was going to say, but also his most popular years, he didn't wrestle. Remember, his most popular height was when he was sitting up in the rafters. He never wrestled. So it was like, he didn't have a reason to get hurt because he was in the rafters.
Yeah, but he was doing way more crazy shit in his surfboard days. That's what I'm saying. And he barely got hurt. Yeah. So it was like, for him to have his longevity, it makes sense because he really didn't get hurt. And he was still taking decent bumps, but just wasn't getting hurt.
Essentially, what sold him on AEW was the fact that they were, TK came up to him and was like, hey, you know, we got all these cinematic matches we want you to do. Would you be down? And he was like, fuck yeah, sign me up.
I'm down. I'm down to see it.
Who do y'all think his first opponent would be?
I think his first match would have to involve Darby Allin.
I feel like it'd be a tag match.
Yeah.
I guess him and Sammy and Y2J or some shit. Like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
versus
saying?
either Darby and Sting versus like MJF and Chris.
Some shit, yeah.
Or somebody from Team Taz.
Yeah. I just feel like Sammy and Chris would go good because Sammy and Darby got that
they already have the experience of doing it.
That working in-ring relationship,
yeah.
like they mesh real
and
good.
Sting and Jericho obviously know each other forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so I feel like
the Dub C Dub.
Yeah, so I feel like that'd be a decent new element to a rivalry or a match we ain't never seen.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to see Sting every week. Like, like that's some shit I look forward to.
Do you see how it's like the AEW viewer ratings have gone down ever since his debut though, because like all he does now is he comes out, stares, and walks away.
Yeah,
it's it was cool the first week, but now it's like now he's done it 2 or 3 times now, and it's like.
I mean, you can't come up with a cinematic match in a day.
No,
so it's gonna take time to get that shit. You know, it take time for the.
It's just like he hasn't built towards anything yet either though. So we're gonna see how it plays out.
So SmackDown had one of the biggest rated shows of the year this past week.
Yeah, it was on Christmas Day.
Yeah, 4 million views in the first hour.
Which is
insane.
Something they haven't done in forever.
Yeah.
They said it didn't hurt because the NFL was on Fox and their show SmackDown came on right after the NFL game ended.
Because it went 10 minutes into the hour. So as soon as NFL went off, SmackDown got started. Right. And the opening match was a cage match versus it was
with
Kevin
Roman
Owens
and Kevin, which was
you got the hottest act on TV opening up the card directly after one of the highest watched football shows.
I wonder how much better the ratings would have been if the Vikings weren't trash, right? Because like if you think about it, that game was over by like halftime, realistically. So there was a lot of like at least another million views left on the table. It was had to been at least 1 million views left on the table because the Vikings are trash.
Football championship, and guess who's going against Alvin Kamara? This fucking guy.
Hey.
Yes, Didge, you can laugh.
Hey, this ain't called Football World Order, nigga. This is called the Nerd Order.
But the
Whatever,
reason
Seahawks.
I brought that up is because NFL Twitter doesn't go as hard as NBA Twitter, and the Holiday Bash came on directly after the NBA.
The old Shawn Michaels.
Came directly after
He was handing me the belt for a second.
Bucks versus Celtics. Second game of the NBA new season.
Yeah.
NBA Twitter went so fucking tough on Y2J.
Dog.
Like some of the funniest.
So many dad bod jokes.
Bro,
so many
fucking
dad bod
hilarious.
jokes.
Dog, it was
I didn't even know I didn't even know Chris Jericho was still wrestling. Like, dog, that shit killed me. Like,
man,
but his response was golden.
Yeah.
His response was golden.
Oh yeah, he
And that's why he's the
definitely
GOAT.
snapped on
Yeah,
his response.
that's why he's one of the GOATs. His response was golden.
I mean, it's true. It's like he probably could do he could probably out push up every person.
A lot of motherfuckers in the league,
Yeah.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Because I feel like it's a different
for him to be 50, he's pretty fucking ripped.
I feel like it's a
He's
different type
wide.
of. I feel like it's a different type of energy that you gotta exude to wrestle.
Yeah.
You want me to read off some of the shit against Chris
Yeah.
Jericho?
Yeah,
You want me to read
yeah.
his rebuttal?
Yeah.
So here's a couple of the tweets that were posted. Why am I watching a pudgy Chris Jericho wrestling? I can't believe Chris Jericho is still wrestling. He's built like Miss Trunchbull.
That shit was funny.
Is Chris Jericho's new persona supposed to be Bret Michaels? Which is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Dog. I was rolling. I can't believe Chris Jericho's still fighting. Dude is old, fat, and slow. He done got fat. AEW is funny. Jesus Christ, Chris Jericho looks fucking awful. Chris Jericho has a beer belly. He needs to get out the ring. He's lost it.
But she didn't. That pisses me off.
He said,
Yeah, you could tell that was from a fan who
oh,
didn't
here's
really
the
watch
best
wrestling.
one.
Yeah.
Looks like Chris Jericho looks like he retired but forgot to tell himself.
That was funny.
And then it was like, he looks like a baby mama.
That shit's hilarious.
That's classic.
But you can tell these are a bunch of people that used to watch wrestling back in the day,
Yeah.
but don't really continue the current product
Yeah.
because Chris Jericho has not lost a step. Though he's gotten bigger.
He's changed his moveset up so a little bit here and there
To
because
fit his
he's 50
current.
now. He's not 25.
Yeah.
To
Which
fit.
is-
I mean, but he still pulls off the line saw.
Which is
At 50.
which is what older
Wrestlers
sports.
do.
No, not even that. This is what older sports people do. When Kobe got older, what happened? He stopped dunking and started fading away,
Started
posting
shooting
more, shooting more,
We
passing more.
were literally
You know
just
what
talking
I'm
about that yesterday I was with Clara's grandparents, and we were talking about that because his grandpa kept saying Melo can't play. I'm like, bro, Melo literally every possession backs a guy down, does a spin move, and hits a fadeaway jumper. If he could do that 10 times a game and make it, he's
Melo-
he can play.
And if he's
Melo
not
is-
doing that, he's in the corner for a three.
Right.
And it's fine.
Melo was one of the best bully ball players ever.
Yes.
Like he damn near invented bully
Yeah.
ball, bro. Like,
No,
He's
but
still
here's
great.
Here's Chris Jericho's response. So somebody on Twitter said, people are body shaming one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Chris Jericho, dude is 50 and probably in better shape than half the trolls on here. Which is probably true. But then here's Chris Jericho's response. Oh, are they? Question mark. Well, either way, I guarantee I can do more time push-ups, weighted squats, and incline sit-ups than all of them and still draw ratings records. I have a really thick skin, kids. And then he did the smiling or the...
Yeah, Didge isn't a fan of Y2J.
And then he
No,
put...
that was a horrible response. You can't end that by saying I have thick skin by doing all that. You just proved you don't have
I think he's right on that one though.
Yeah.
Because like I loved his response until he said I have thick skin. If you had thick skin, you wouldn't
wouldn't say
reply.
that.
Yeah.
If you had thick skin, you wouldn't say shit, right?
you would have drank
Like,
the situation.
why
like,
are you dealing with it? Like, why
Right.
do you care? Shout out to NBA Twitter though. The only reason I'm on Twitter is because of NBA Twitter. Like,
NBA
swear to
Twitter's
God,
hard, bro.
2008, I created my Twitter account simply because of NBA Twitter. Because you could watch like a game and be like Lakers and Celtics and be like the shit talking with a bunch of like 30,000 fans at once. And be like, this is the best thing ever. I love social media, right? Because before then, social media was pretty fucking stupid,
Because
to
them
be
3
honest.
years between the Celtics winning and Kobe back-to-backing,
Yeah.
NBA Twitter
Yes.
was fucking hilarious,
Yeah.
bro.
At 2008, 2011.
Yeah.
Because social media, like MySpace and shit, used to be like, who's my top 8?
Right.
Can I get laid? Like, it didn't have much like
Now we got to
crossover
talking
appeal.
shit and
Right.
to celebrities and shit.
Yeah.
Adding a minute. And
I could tag Rajon Rondo and be like, you're trash.
On what though? Would be good. Like,
And he
what
might see it.
On what though?
Fuck.
Respond, bro.
Yes.
That's the thing. He might respond. Like that's dope.
Yeah.
Speaking of, shout out to Dolph Ziggler responding to our oh, I was scared. Shout out to Dolph Ziggler, What tweet was that? The Van Halen tweet.
The Van Halen tweet.
Yeah. He retweeted our tweet a couple months ago. So shout out to
That's
Dolph.
dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Dolph Ziggler signed this title.
Yeah.
Just call me Mike Ziggler. Show
Ziggler.
off.
Mike Ziggler to show
He
off.
still has one.
No, it definitely goes NBA Twitter and Black Twitter. Black Twitter goes ham.
Bro, no, I think the best Twitter is
After dark. Ooh.
black people on Thanksgiving. Like Black Thanksgiving Twitter is the best. Where it's like all the clapback shit.
Hey,
is
Diz,
fucking
cut that out, because I think that's racist.
No.
The clapback shit is
I
hilarious.
think you're wrong
I
though.
don't think he can say that, because I don't know. Because
You
I
gotta
feel
consult, you
like,
gotta-
because I feel like to be a fan of Black Twitter, you gotta be black. But I don't
I
know.
feel like that's kind of
That's not
bullshit,
true.
though. Because
No,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. To be a fan of Black hip hop, you gotta.
But no, that's true. That's true. But I feel like how
Do they always whisper to each other
No,
like
like-
this?
I
no,
feel
this
like
is the
how-
first.
I
They're
feel like
ending
how-
2020 on a high note.
I feel like how Exclusive said it. It came off.
It
Came off as
mad
racist.
privilegey.
You know, he shot that off as racist. Pause.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? But
We're gonna need a pause counter for this episode too, apparently.
you know.
It's only because he did the hand motion,
Yeah.
right? If he did just said
And I
he shot
literally
that off,
and I
right?
literally
But he's like,
and I literally did that for a pause moment. Like I did. I did.
he
that
got
for
two
a
shakes
pause
in and was like, I gotta pause myself.
You shot that off. But I mean, I love Twitter, man.
No, Twitter's hilarious.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm on
great
Twitter right
times.
now just to see what's
Yeah.
up.
Twitter's
Great
hilarious.
time. So Zahn, you know we're a wrestling show. I know you're not really big into the current product, but what's your history of wrestling? When did you get started into wrestling? Like, what made you become like, hey, I fucks with this shit?
Hulkamania, man. God, Hulkamania, SummerSlam.
Hey,
Look at this.
hey, what's this fucked up? As much as I hate red and yellow, I gotta respect it. 'Cause
Like-
he did bring a lot of people into wrestling. So
I
gotta respect it.
had to look
didn't,
at
but
this
no,
for,
like
Confirmation, I did too.
I didn't like him. I thought the Hulk was like, I don't know, he felt corny and
Yeah.
cliche, but like I was
Yeah.
7, 8 years old and I'm like, okay, I hope
Eat
this dude
vitamins, fucking
I hope
eat
this dude
vitamins.
loses.
Right.
But that was one of the first matches that I can like vividly remember was Hulkamania at SummerSlam. Come in the ring, you know, tear the whole shirt off, the whole 9 yards. I'm like, this dude already bald and
Like,
got
40 years in.
and skin like leather. But that was it for me. It helped that like it was a thing that like me and my friends all
It
experienced.
is like a sign house
Bro,
showroom.
Hulk
Like, get the
in
fuck
like
outta here.
maybe it was just like the TVs in like '92, right? But like that dude's skin looked
Was leather as
brown
fuck,
shoe
yeah.
leather.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely. Church on
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah, it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
In some areas, it just got darker.
Yeah.
So you say like 92-ish?
92, yeah. I was like 7, 8 years old. And then I just fully dove in. I mean, fuck, 92, 93, there wasn't shit else really on TV. I didn't love sports like I do now.
Right.
So wrestling to me was my sport. And it was still very much like you had to watch every single thing, week in and week out. You had to buy the pay-per-view. Like you couldn't like hop on a blog and like find out the behind the scenes shit like you can now.
You had to watch everything.
You just had to know. And the only product you knew about was what was on the TV. So you had to wait for that next episode. Whew. That shit was awesome.
Yeah.
Who? Did you have a favorite match back then? Like growing up? Like what was the first? Was Hulk Hogan like the first match you watched? And was his match at SummerSlam the first?
I think that was the first pay-per-view I watched.
Okay. You remember your first match?
I don't remember my first match at all. My favorite as a kid, Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian.
Okay.
Ladder match.
Okay.
No Mercy? The No Mercy one? With Terry on the line? Yeah. That was my favorite. Yeah. The tit.
Yeah.
Terry Invitational.
Yeah.
Terry Invitation.
Like there were other great matches I loved before that, but like that to me was the one that I remembered circling like months in
Yeah.
advance. Like,
That's crazy because
this has to happen.
that's my favorite Hardy Boy match.
That's
Yeah.
mine too.
Yeah, that's my favorite Hardy Boy match.
I watch it all the time.
Yeah.
TLC too.
Yeah.
I like that ladder match and watching the Hardys Dudley's table match more than I like
Yep.
watching the TLCs.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like
Hardy
they shouldn't
Dudley's
let
Taylor
Edge
match
and
was
Christian
my shit.
win both of those.
Yeah.
It was cool
Yeah,
that
that too.
Edge and
That
Christian
too.
win in the first one, but the Dudleys or the Hardy Boys should have won that second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact
You know what I'm
that
saying?
the Hardys didn't win any of them
Right.
hurt my feelings.
Right.
Anytime Loki
And they were
I was
the
growing up,
master, you know what I'm saying?
Like Chris put me on to like the Hardys and everything like that growing up. It was like if they had lost, I was pissed. Like, I was legit mad.
Yeah. Because that's how I was with HBK.
Like I would have.
Yep.
Like
I
would like.
That's how I was educated.
And I would go on the internet when it was like, this is like when the internet was pretty new. Like you would go on there and you could
You got
see the
dial-up and
card
shit,
before the show would happen. If the Hardys weren't on it, I wouldn't watch. But if the Hardys was on it,
I'm
like,
watching.
fuck hanging out with friends, fuck doing anything. I'm watching wrestling
Bro,
tonight.
I'm 32 years old, and I do that now, where I'm watching the network.
Yeah.
And if one of my favorite wrestlers lose that match, I'm either skipping it, or I'm not watching the match, or I'm skipping past the end. Like I'll watch it all the way up to where I know like the finish is about to happen. Like, nope, I'm not.
But
watching.
I will say we all hanging out off camera and everything like that at the bar, for the trivia night or whatever. He attested like the main reason why I'm big into wrestling is because watching with him.
For sure.
And I remember the first like major pay-per-view I remember watching was ECW.
Yep.
When it was in Milwaukee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he recorded it and I watched it over and over and over again.
Which one was that?
Heat Wave '98.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
When it was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I remember that.
Sabu, Rob Van
It
Dam,
was Rob Van Dam versus
New Jack.
some random ass dude. New Jack was actually technically hurt at that pay-per-view because he broke his leg at a pay-per-view before, but he showed up and got beat up.
Tommy
by
Dreamer
Slammy.
was there. Yeah.
The main event was Tommy Dreamer versus Justin Credible in a Stairway to Hell match for the title.
Yep.
Question: who was your favorite ECW wrestler?
Rob Van Dam. Wasn't even close.
Sabu. Wasn't even close.
RVD.
Bro, RVD was different, bro. He really was. He
Yeah,
was
Like
different.
I remember when ECW first they got bought out and they merged over. Like you knew RVD was gonna be the guy who had the easiest transition over to WWF,
for sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like he was easily the most talented person in ECW history, best wrestler in ECW history. Sabu, man, that dude. I don't know, man. There was just something about that dude that got me.
Fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
He could do anything.
Side tangent. So RVD had mentioned up that he was not in talks with AEW, but he did say that money talks for him.
Yeah.
Always.
Would y'all be opposed to seeing him in AEW?
I just want him wrestling again. To be honest with you, I don't
he's
care
still
what.
Agreed.
But I'm talking about where a
thing
promotion
is-
where I can see it. Yeah. Don't
Seeing
you gotta?
RVD now where he is, when he went to Impact, he had it in his contract to be a main eventer.
Yeah.
And if he does the same thing with AEW, which is the only reason I can see him signing money and because he's going to get main event shots, it's going to diminish the younger guys that AEW is trying to establish.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like you're going to see a year or two of Adam Page not getting his chance because RVD is going to be involved.
But it's still, I feel like with that, sometimes the older wrestlers are the reason why fans catch on to the newer wrestlers because they're watching the product for the older people, but then they end up seeing
Rob
the
Van
newer
Dam
people.
has been away long enough and has been on Impact and things like that to where his name doesn't hold as much water as it used to.
Think about how.
Well, his name also never carried water like Edge or Sting.
No, you're
think
agreed,
about how-
absolutely.
Think about how AEW started out. Who was their first heavyweight champion?
Watch it,
Chris Jericho.
A 50-year-old.
Yeah.
But he was one of the most known characters in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did that do? Bring more
Put on
eyes.
bring more eyes, and then they put on for the younger
But
talent.
but Chris Jericho is here. Rob Van Dam's like somewhere
Rob
down
Van
here.
Dam probably not that much lower.
But
than
he's
RVD.
still well enough. He's still known well enough where he could make a difference in a promotion.
Yeah, because
It's not gonna be a
just-
Y2J Edge type difference, but he still can make a difference getting the younger people over.
I don't think it happens though.
I don't think it happens. I don't think it gets the younger people over. I think it gets
Nah.
older wrestling fans.
What I mean,
No, I'm not talking about older.
I don't
wrestlers.
think AEW needs them.
they don't.
I don't
No,
think
they
he
don't. No, they don't.
You know,
No,
maybe
no, they
a
don't.
couple of years ago,
Yeah.
but now he has no bargaining. Like,
Yeah, it's really just if he wants to wrestle. You know,
Unless they want
if
to
he-
continue pushing a more hardcore division. I don't know.
But
If
Chris,
But even
he doesn't
then,
even do the hardcore
I don't
stuff
want
like
to see Rob Van Dam going through tables now. That
No,
dude
not
old
at
as
all.
fuck, man.
not at all.
yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Not at all. Not at all.
that. No, you give me RVD of
I wouldn't be
2004,
I wouldn't be opposed
2005.
to
Oh yeah, absolutely.
seeing RVD.
Yeah, but that was 15 years ago.
Exactly.
Fucking MJF through a table.
Another side tangent. So, what do y'all think WWE is going to do about how USA came out about the adult content they want to see?
I think they have no choice but to follow suit of AEW and how they are doing it more violent content.
Yeah.
Because
Cursing on TV and all that stuff.
because I mean, we're trying to move past that. Where we don't really want. They don't
You're
really
never-
want
you're never
Attitude
gonna
Era-ish again.
Yeah.
But you just want more adult shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, we all grew up on the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't consider us bad human beings.
Just Stratus.
You know what I mean?
Right? Like,
They just so on that.
fuck,
I wouldn't
Vince had his
consider
own
us
daughter
bad.
out there shaking ass.
Puppies, fucking lingerie matches.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking mud wrestling.
Right.
Fucking the
I just.
put in
That's the
matches
only
on
thing
Thanksgiving.
that hurts now if they were to like redo the Attitude Era, because like you're not gonna see Sasha Banks and Bailey and all them be treated the way like Tori and Trish and all them were.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just models with that were attractive. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, if they
what
took
you-
a basic bump, we all treated it like this major thing. Like, oh my God, Trish Stratus is a real wrestler. And it's like, she probably actually was, but she never got treated like she could.
Terry getting put through the table.
exactly, yeah.
But it's like, you know, they were. I don't want to say they weren't real wrestlers, but
That wasn't the
they
job.
didn't have the talent of the
Yeah.
female,
Yeah.
the women wrestlers we have now.
Correct.
Exactly. Like if the Dudley Boys come back and put Sasha Banks through a table the way that they put Mae Young or Trish Stratus or Stephanie through a table.
Yeah.
Oh,
We looked
man.
at it back then and we were like, oh shit,
Dude.
they just put a woman through the table.
That
Now
whole
you're just
Mae
looking
Young
and
thing
you're
felt
like,
dirty as hell
that's
back
just
then.
storyline.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we done seen Sasha get put to the table.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Many times.
It's not.
What I love the most about modern wrestling is it treats all its wrestlers like they're wrestlers. It doesn't treat the men and the women separately. It treats them all like they're fucking wrestlers.
Which was a great thing for China because she was kind of like ahead of the curve.
Uh-huh.
You know?
But her ego kind of fucked her up because
Yeah.
she still could have been around because that's why she left because she wanted to. Oh
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry. I keep leaning out. I keep getting comfortable.
Oh, that's scoot over, son. Scoot over.
Nah, we good.
I was saying.
I just remember to sit up.
She wanted to fight men, and she wanted to make as much money as Stone Cold,
Yep.
and that's why
Yeah,
WrestleMania 17,
I think so.
18, 17 or 18
Something like
was her
that, yeah.
last one against Ivory.
Yeah.
I think it was 17.
That's why she squashed Ivory so bad, and that's why you didn't see her no more.
She forgot that ultimately no one's bigger than the star.
Sorry, right.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing, low key, she could have been the Stone Cold of the women's
China,
division.
China was nice.
You know what I'm saying?
China
Like
was
she
nice.
could
bigger
have.
than everybody else.
She was 20 years 20 years ahead of her time.
Because even if she wrestled now, China versus Rhea Ripley, bro.
China.
Rhea Ripley is still smaller than China.
Yeah.
Low key.
When she came into her own as the eighth woman,
Ninth woman of the world,
ninth
yeah.
woman of the world, with the fucking
With the bazooka.
yeah, like that shit.
See, I don't really know about that one, man. Because like the thing that made China seem so much like big and strong was she was going up against like what I'm saying, like think about the other women that she was going up against, right?
Yeah.
Like she was the only one who looked like lifted weights,
Yeah.
right? Whereas like modern women wrestlers now, they all look like they lift weights.
Yeah.
Now they might not be
Rhea
as like
Ripley looks-
physically imposing
Rhea
as
Ripley
China,
is
but
buff as
like
shit, like low key.
I guarantee you, look,
Bianca buff as shit
Sasha,
too.
Bianca, they all can give China a
She
run
still
for their
got
money.
them cheeks. Like how
Yeah.
you buff and still got cheeks? Cause
Natural.
shout out to Montez Ford. I respect you, dog. Shout out to Montez.
Dead ass.
Yeah. So favorite wrestler of all time, Zahn?
Of all time.
Of all time.
Fuck.
Gun to your head. You have to pick one.
Shawn Michaels.
Hands down. Like hands down.
You ain't gotta
That's why I
suck
fuck
up.
with Zahn so much.
Low
That's-
key,
You gotta suck up.
that was so far out of left field to where I thought he was gonna say.
That's why I fuck
don't
with
know
Shawn
why.
Michaels.
I
That's
thought
why I
you
fuck
were
with
gonna
Zahn
pick-
so
I thought you were gonna pick The Rock, low key.
Nah, like I love
Low key, he used to do The Rock eyebrow growing up. and I used to
I
be so
love The Rock. I love Stone Cold. I can do it with both eyebrows.
I can too. That's why I fuck with you, Zahn.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I fuck with you, dog.
No, but Shawn Michaels to me was like the god
Yeah.
as a kid.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I didn't get to watch him for a full career because he didn't have a full career.
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt when I was a teenager.
hurt.
I mean, whatever. He
Whatever.
disappeared for a long fucking
he
time.
disappeared
So
for a
like
minute.
by the time
Can he go
Yeah.
find Jesus? Damn.
Yeah.
Let him go find Jesus, dog.
Look,
Jesus.
by the time Shawn Michaels got back to wrestling, I was done with wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, I'd lost
Look
touch
for
with
him,
it.
you went to
You
go
know,
look for him.
so on the other side, I will say like Shawn Michaels disappearing also made me appreciate the other guys, like the Hardy Boys,
Yeah.
the Stone Colds, the Rocks of the world,
Yeah.
the fucking
Triple H's,
Mankind.
yeah.
I fucking love
Hey, so-
Mankind.
I love The Rock, right? But when you think about The Rock's career in the E,
It wasn't that lengthy, bro.
it wasn't that lengthy. He debuted in what, 96?
97.
And he went
96.
he
Late
went,
96.
and he went to like
96.
he went to like 02.
02. Got 6 years in there. but he is still one of the biggest stars in WWE history.
Because it doesn't take long to make a star if you're a star.
And
But
plus
the
he,
majority of that though, like the crowd was not fucking with him. Like he had that run from '96 to '97, '98 maybe. And then you got
he joined the Nation in late '97.
The Rocky Suck chant.
Yeah. But from late mid '99 until when he left, that's when he was like,
yeah, because then we got.
Remember, and then he got his first movie in 2001.
We got.
Yeah, something like that. 02,
Yeah.
03.
No, his first movie was 01.
01.
Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
No, like his first solo movie was 03.
Was 02. Because he made movies in 01, 02, 03, and 04.
First solo movie was The Scorpion.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
which was on 02.
Yeah.
But because you got, like, he did a lot. And we got some great characters out of that in that 6-7 year run.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just.
The Rock had one of the best peaks in wrestling history. At the top of his game, one of the best you'll ever see it. But
I honestly don't think he ever hit his peak.
But that's true. That's very true.
I think he got popularity.
Yeah.
And then Hollywood called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which ultimately, that's
you
really
can't
what
be mad
he
at him for
wanted to do.
going where Hollywood calling though either.
Yeah,
And it's like I would rather make money where I don't have to share it with like
Correct.
200 other people.
His first match, he had $27 in his pocket.
You know what I'm saying? And that weak ass curl.
And that weak ass girl with the fanny pack.
I remember his first match. I was so fucking like excited for his first match.
Yeah.
Because the way they spotted out, they're like, "Oh, this is so and so's son." I'm like, "Yeah." He hopped in the ring and started laying dudes out. I'm like, "Yes."
Because my grandma would tell me about Rocky Johnson and High Chief Peter Maivia.
Yep.
That's the wrestling she grew up watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know nothing about it until my grandma told me. He was like, "Yeah, Soul Man Rocky Johnson, that's his dad." Yada yada yada. And it was like, "Oh, okay." And then he came out with them weak ass elbow pads.
And then the strings.
Yeah.
The string fit.
Yep.
I don't even know. It's like the little.
That light blue ass shit.
Yeah.
So I had some baby blue. You're having a son ass strings.
Well, we had a baby. It's a boy. Just
I love the Rock. I feel like we forget that a lot of his tenure there, it was mostly Stone Cold.
yeah. So who Stone Cold The Rock?
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold. Yeah.
Had to put it.
That's not even for the. That's not even.
I had to
for
make
the
it tough for
culture or
you,
anything.
cuz.
Stone Cold is the biggest wrestler in the history of WWE.
So
Look, Stone Cold
personally-
he saved WWE.
me personally,
I agree.
Me personally, I fuck with Stone Cold. Like, that's going to always be my choice.
Right.
But personally,
He about to say some hater shit.
Now
It was The Rock for the simple fact that
he's half black.
he's, in my eyes at that time,
He was a nigga.
He was a black guy that had a mouthpiece on the mic, and then he came out in those $1,000 silk shirts. So it's like, bro, like
Them
the
Versace
shit,
shirts was
the
fire.
shit talking
Yeah.
that he brought is like, okay, I feel like I can do that. Me as a black kid.
You know what's fucked up is
And that's fair.
I definitely had a lot of those conversations with people I went to school with growing up because around that time that's when it was the Rock or Stone Cold. I was like, bro, Stone Cold, because Stone Cold ain't scared to whoop anybody ass. Like he'll run over you with a monster truck. Like he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But then it was a lot of the black kids growing up were like, no, I fuck with the Rock because he looks like me. And I'm like, I can respect that. I fucks with the Rock too.
Representation matters, man.
Representation
absolutely.
definitely matters, especially in an industry that really didn't showcase African Americans.
Not for a long
Or
time.
they were very careful about how they showcased them.
And the problem was when they won,
They were
they
very
over
careful. 'Cause
showcased
you-
them.
Nah, so it was always like you could get a small piece of the spotlight,
You got Rocky
but you
Johnson,
can't ever be the main event.
Rocky
Yeah,
Johnson and Tony Atlas becoming
Yeah.
the first African American tag team champions.
Mm-hmm.
They got that small spotlight. Then you got Farouk, Ron Simmons becoming the first
NWA champion.
first
black NWA champion.
champion. So you get those small spots, but then it's like
I mean, look at the way Booker T's whole career panned out.
Yeah.
Booker T didn't get a full shot, like a fair shot, to be himself until after The Rock got popular.
True.
Because,
Even though he.
and this is gonna sound super racist, but Booker T was too dark.
No,
it's not.
But like that was
not a
the
racist
that was the WWE, and that was also like American culture at the
I'm gonna
time.
say
Right?
that's American
Like,
culture. Because,
Yeah, you can't put a guy that black on TV as like the headliner. You couldn't.
You
But
It sucks.
I think that's why
Yeah.
WCW did it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
Vince
that's
Russo
why.
said I'm strapping a rocket to the
Yeah, I
dude
think
because
that's
he
why
looks
WCW
different than everybody else.
I mean,
I think that's why it works.
We can.
He was
We
a black
can.
dude with,
yeah.
he was a black dude with dreads.
We're
Well,
looking.
technically, he had a
He had the
fade.
shorter dreads.
No, he had the
No, he had
fade.
the fade.
He didn't get the dreads.
He had a fade at
He
I
had
thought
the
he had the short dreads
towards the
all
end of the
time.
year. The end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That last year.
Is that what- okay,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
From his
had
debut until that last year, he had that high.
I mean, because
Right.
Booker T was around for a long time.
Yeah.
Like he was in the Hulkamania days.
Yeah.
Like he was around for a hot minute.
Yeah, he
but
was
he was
early
always like this
Him-
side character.
Him, Stevie, and woman.
Yeah.
Probably.
But like you could always see that dude and look at his talents.
Yeah,
And you
could tell-
knew.
You
You
could tell
knew.
that out of like you know how like with the Rockers, you could tell Shawn
Yep.
Michaels was gonna be the star with
Yep.
him and Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
With Harlem Heat, you could tell
Yep.
Booker T was gonna be the star over Stevie Ray.
Yep.
Same thing with the Steiner brothers. You knew
just
Scotty
never- yeah, he
was
just
gonna
never
be
got
the
the
bigger
push.
star
Then Rock.
over Rick.
Like
So,
the Hardys.
you know
You
what
knew
I'm
Jeff was going to be bigger than Matt.
Right. So it's like
It works
it's
out all the time.
it's just these things. You know what I'm
It
saying?
works out all the time. Edge and Christian.
Because you
Edge
can
is
tell.
always gonna be bigger.
Yeah, you can
always
tell.
have that one person, tag team that's gonna stand out. Like Devon, Bubba was always gonna be bigger than Devon.
Like Street Profits, now I feel like Montez
Montez
Ford is gonna get that
is
single
bigger than-
push
yeah.
once they split him up.
Nick
Yep.
is gonna be bigger than Matt.
I feel like Dawkins is still gonna be good.
Yeah.
He gonna be good. He gonna be able to do his thing, but I feel like the push, they gonna give it to Montez.
Yeah.
Ford.
Yeah.
Just because he's more athletic, he better on the mic, shit like that.
And he
You know
has
what I'm
his
saying?
abs. He's in better
You know what I'm
shape,
saying?
all
Charisma,
that.
He has
all that
he
shit.
has the TV presence.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Which
And
is
that's why I like
which
the
is
little
everything.
spots that they give
It's
him.
everything.
Like even if they not on the card, the little
Yeah.
spots where they give them, where they they explain what's going on in the pay per view, and I like them little spots because it's giving them time to shine.
Yeah.
Because they know Street Profits get people amped. Anytime you see Street Profits on TV, red cups,
Yep.
we kick. You know what I'm saying? We amped, we good.
We copied him.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they know that Street Profits give high energy, and I feel like
Yeah.
even if they're not on the card, they're going to give them FaceTime because they can get the crowd or like the viewers ramped up to continue the pay-per-view or
Hell
whatever
yeah.
they watch it.
I feel like they undersold their Slammy Awards.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, yeah. And I
They
feel
didn't
like, and I
fucking
think that I
do
feel like they
it.
did that on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, hey, this the smooth side. This the chilling. We chilling. End of the year type shit. Like we
Yeah.
good. You know what I'm saying?
So Zahn, what made you like stop watching wrestling? Which was like, you know what? At this point, I'm done with this shit.
Was it more or less you just stopped watching it, or you just kind of other things
PG
piqued
era.
your interest?
PG era.
PG era.
Watch.
Nah, it was honestly just because other shit popped up in my life and I didn't have time to like
Sit down and watch every week.
sit down and watch it, yeah, and keep up with it. So it was like once I stopped keeping up with it, because I used to, so like all through high school I still watched, and then after high school obviously I joined the Marines and shit like that, and then my life just got busier in ways that like I didn't expect. Like I had a hard time keeping up with football
Right.
and basketball.
Right.
Like wrestling
sports,
kind of was always like a third place to those anyway, and then it was like, I mean, I went an entire year without watching a single NFL game.
Yeah.
You know, like I just didn't have time. And then before I knew it, I was like, the storylines had passed. Half the guys that I fell in love with weren't even wrestling anymore, and I just stopped watching.
Yeah, because
And-
it becomes harder to
Yeah.
get into the new characters, especially when you don't recognize anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah, but like I appreciate it. It's still amazing. I mean, if there's been times when like, especially trivia night, when we were at the bar and there was shit on. I'm like, I'm still watching it like a kid, going, "That's a good bump right there. That's a good move. Hell yeah, fuck yeah." Like, I can't. I'm too old. Yeah. I feel like Peter Pan right now, right? Like I'm too old. I can't imagine my food anymore.
Yeah. No, I feel you because I feel like because I went a long time period not watching wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying you went the whole CM Punk era without
Yeah.
watching.
I
And
didn't watch
I didn't
nothing.
watch every week, but I kept up with it because I was still always interested in what was going on.
The most I got out of that era was whenever I was watching with you and Gibby.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the only time that I'd really
Watch
watched
the current
wrestling,
shit, yeah.
was when y'all were watching it. And then, like maybe a year or two before you came up with the idea to do the podcast is when
You started to get back.
I got back into it every week.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you lose touch. I don't know none of these guys.
That's
anymore.
also part of it. That's also part of it. If I wasn't hanging around with people who watched it.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Like
That's
I
the
didn't
huge
give a
part.
shit about wrestling again until I moved back home.
Yeah.
And now I'm hanging out with Jake. I'm hanging out with Andy. I met you guys. So like, it's like, it's part of my conversation now.
Yeah.
Like if I'm hanging out with these fellas, we might talk about football. We might talk about basketball. We might talk about wrestling too.
Right.
So like, you gotta be on top of what the conversation is going to be, because nobody.
It's come up a bunch with me joining the podcast crew. Like it's come up a bunch. Like we'll all be sitting at the bar. All of a sudden, Andy out of the blue will be like, "Hey, bro, did you watch AEW last night?"
Yeah.
But I also feel like wrestling is one of those topics where you don't have to converse about the current shit.
Agreed.
Because
wrestling though is gonna be one of those things where like the old shit that you used to watch is always gonna be able to have.
Because there was a
you be able to make the
15-year
conversation
period
fun.
from like, I'd say 90 to 2005 for me. That is still such a special period in wrestling's history.
Yeah.
That like any fan of the genre still honors that period.
I'd say mine was probably from '98 when I really started watching, because that's when the Hardys started to blow up with Michael Hayes and everything. That's from '98 up until like I stopped watching seriously a few years ago because it was like I got other shit going on. I can't watch every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever fucking night SmackDown's on. Like it was on Tuesday, then it was on Thursday, then it was on Friday, then it was back on Thursday. Like,
see, y'all watched at a good time. I was watching when Vince McMahon was 1, 2, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. I was when he was amped up and just
the worst. When we were doing our reviews, like Mike used to hate it because it was like the worst. It was like horrible flashbacks.
That early shit.
Amped up Vince McMahon is funny. But also he
1, 2, and no.
It's funny. It's funny when you go back and watch it as an adult. Mm-hmm. Just how amped up and corny he was.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then you notice that he did that to get people into whatever they were watching.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it took it away.
Yeah, it took away from
You know what I'm saying? Because the way he would, the shit he would say, and you know what I'm saying, it'd be like that. Don't make sense, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody would do a move, and instead of saying what the move is, he just be like, "Oh, what a move!" Can he kick out? Or you know what I'm saying? It's like I need some more. I need more.
You need to know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? That's why then it's like I kind of started liking them when they would bring Macho Man out. He did the shit with Jerry, with Jerry King, when JR came there, and you know what I'm saying? Once he got other people to bounce his corniness off of, and it was other people where it was like, all right, we know what we talking about, so you just go entertain the people listening. We go relay what the fuck is actually going on in the ring. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it worked out because it was a dynamic, because it was the motherfucker who knew the ring shit, it was the motherfucker who used to be in the ring, and then it was the motherfucking owner who just wanted to try to get the crowd into whatever he was watching. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
I can't think of any owner of any other company in like the history of the world.
Yeah.
That has been more involved in not just like his company's operations, but like putting his life on the line to make his company succeed.
I can't say Eric because technically WCW wasn't his. He was just running it. So you know what I'm saying? If Ted Turner was in this motherfucker,
because
you know what I'm saying?
Vince did everything. From running the microphone to taking the bumps. Like
another tangent. I'm sorry. Do y'all think Stone Cold would be where he's at? Legend-wise, like legendary status-wise, if Vince hadn't put his life on the line to be the foil.
No question. No question at all. That's what made Stone Cold so...
But he needed Vince to see that anti.
Because he was beating up on the boss of the company.
That's what made Stone Cold relatable to the American people.
Right. Because everybody wanted to beat up the boss.
Everybody hated their job and everybody wanted to fuck their boss. And Stone Cold didn't give a fuck.
There's nobody here that wouldn't be like, I'll just thunder the fuck out of my boss if I had the opportunity.
Not just like my manager or my supervisor.
The nigga who owns the company.
The owner.
Right. The nigga who owns the company, bro. Right.
The owner.
I could tell you, fuck you, I don't need this job. Y'all need me.
Right.
Y'all can arrest me 1 week and I'm back the next fucking day.
Because I heard that
most of the next week filling your car with cement.
I was going to say, because I heard
give a fuck.
Most of the crazy shit that Stone Cold did against Vince was Vince's idea.
Yeah.
And that's like, bro, that's nuts. Because, I mean, it was like, bro, you getting your ass whooped, you getting your possessions fucked up. I mean, it's like...
We start looking at some of this shit. It's like you realize how expensive that like decision was. Yeah. Like the Corvette, the Corvette full of cement, right? He had to waste the whole fucking Corvette.
Yep.
Had to rent a cement truck. Mm-hmm. Had to pay for the cleanup.
Mm-hmm. Like, he literally bought a Corvette to match his just for this segment.
Right.
And it's like, that's nuts. Like, you literally bought a second Corvette just to
Like
destroy it.
you just threw away $100,000
Just to destroy it, bro, in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And him, Stone Cold driving over the limo with the monster truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, bro.
The hospital. The fucking bedpan.
And Vince said Stone Cold hit him in the head like a motherfucker with that.
Yeah.
And I heard because he was like Stone Cold. He didn't want to fuck him up, but he was like,
No, Stone Cold is 100% giving you real hits.
Yeah. He can definitely tell. He was like, oh yeah.
With his baby bladder. But
Hey, Jake got to pee, y'all. He be back.
Jake had to take a piss.
He had to tinkle.
Wait. But so let's talk about a little bit of what you got going on. You know, your brand, Whiskey and Tacos. So first of all, let us know how you came up with the concept of it.
So Whiskey and Tacos came about because I finally had some time on my hands where like I didn't have to worry about work for a little bit. I was getting a little severance check, and I was still job hunting, but I was just out of work for a good 2-month period. And I was like, you know what? Here's the answer to the question. Like, everybody has the question, like, what would you do if you didn't have to worry about money? Like, if you just had to wake up each day, all your bills are paid, you had whatever in the bank, you didn't have to worry about money at all, like, what would you be doing with your free time?
Yeah.
And this is what I ended up doing because it's something I've already kind of casually been doing for years on my own, just as far as, like, my own personal Facebook page and shit like that. But I decided to just launch my own place on the internet for talking about mental health and just life, and of course, whiskey and tacos and all the other stuff that I throw along with it. Yeah. But I wanted to have a place where I could be just like my most honest, true, and open self with people, and also still sharing things that people love and enjoy, which is, of course, like tacos, right? Because if you don't like tacos, you're definitely not going to like me.
If you don't like tacos, you're probably not human.
Yeah,
so
I feel like tacos is one of those universal foods that
agreed. The name Whiskey and Tacos came about simply because I was just bouncing things, and I was trying to be like overly complicated with like, we can do like the soul for fuck that. And I was like, dude, just make it simple. What are the 2 things you love? I love whiskey and tacos. All right, cool. Name it that and roll on with it. Yeah. And it's hard to explain, of course. It's like, oh, whiskey and tacos. What's that about? Yeah. Well, it's not a food review blog.
Oh, what? No,
it's not a whiskey review blog. It's a mental health blog. Is what it really is. But I try not to limit myself to any one thing. I just really do whatever I feel like in the moment and kind of go from there.
As opposed to being a wrestling podcast.
Yeah. As opposed to being a wrestling podcast.
Well, technically, we're not just a wrestling podcast. We just mainly
talk about
wrestling.
Because somebody wants us to lean into it a lot.
Hey, it's fair. We gotta get.
And his name rhymed with Midge, but I'm not gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
He was like, yeah, I told these motherfuckers to lean into wrestling. Hey, it's been working out.
It's working out, yeah.
No, I mean, but you guys are on a level that I feel like I'm still trying to get to as well. Whereas, like for me, the hard part is trying to figure out like what's your elevator pitch. Like if you're in an elevator with somebody, you're trying to tell them what Whiskey and Tacos is and get them to subscribe. What do you tell them? What's the hook? You guys have a hook, right? You have a thing, and they're either going to like it or they're not. If they like it, you have a whole universe built for them, and it's fucking admirable. I'm getting there. I'm 8 months in, so I'm also very lazy sometimes. So
mental health is like especially men's mental health.
Yeah.
Like, mental health in general is always it's a great subject because people don't address it as often as they should.
Yeah.
But men's mental health, people never address that.
Yeah.
Because we have that stigma of we just gotta suck that shit up and deal with it.
Yeah.
So and start it over the next day.
And that's honestly probably my biggest niche is I created all of this to make people feel like they're not alone because I spent a lot of years feeling like I was the only person going through this and that it was shameful to bring it to the light and express these feelings. And what I discovered was the more I shine a light on it and say, hey, I'm feeling this way, there's more people that feel the same exact way.
Right.
So
I definitely almost hit Mike in the face with that. I was just expecting Mike to move with
I thought you were gonna like hug him or something.
Right, I know what was going on.
So
he almost picked his nose.
if I do any one thing, I just want people to feel like the more you can shine a light on that bad shit going on in your life, the more you'll realize how not only do you have a support network around you? But like,
other people.
there are other people going through the same shit, and guess what? Some of those people have been 2 or 3 steps down the journey further than you, and know how to show you the way.
Yeah. Especially when it's hard for you to talk about what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for someone to have an outlet to talk about what you're going through, it's like, oh,
say about it is like when Zahn and I, obviously we talk being brothers and all
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
He pretty much tells me everything, but it was like he also respects the different perspective that I might have to kind of help him with that situation, coming from an outside perspective. Okay,
but that's
this
always
is
a
what
good
I'm
thing.
hearing you telling me.
Yeah.
This is how maybe I would deal with it.
Yeah.
And this is some advice. I'm not saying you have to do it that way, but here's some advice that I would give you to maybe
Yeah.
potentially do it.
And a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of
Yeah.
people aren't open. A lot of people aren't open to listening to something that
Yeah.
you might not have no recollection of what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
But just to give your feedback, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, just off what I heard or what we talked about.
And I would say the best thing when
Give
it comes to
no
me and
feedback.
him having those conversations, no matter what it's about, if I don't know much about it, but I might have a small input on it, I always say, hey, I don't have that much experience on this, but here's what I think about such and such.
Because the main thing is that you, no matter what, you want to make sure that he's getting the best information.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, no matter
Whoever it is,
whoever it is,
whether
right?
it be Chris or whoever it
Right.
is.
Well, and I think that's one of the most valuable things you can do is offer advice, not from, oh, I've been in your shoes, I know what you're going through, right? Because if I tell you, like, I know exactly what you're going through, there's a part of you that's going to hear that and go, no, you
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
Nobody else has walked in my shoes but me,
Right.
ever.
Exactly. And that's how
When you
most
can-
people
Your,
feel
when-
it,
your
too.
yeah.
situation might be similar, but there's no way
Yeah.
it's the same.
When you
Until
can-
you
yeah.
hear that story.
The best feeling is, when you're going through it and you're like, oh man, like this is something I'm only dealing with. Nobody else has ever dealt with this before. The best feeling is to get that. Hey man, I've been there. This is what worked for me. Not saying this is gonna work for you. But, sometimes you just gotta know that somebody else has been in that position.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't bring it up and somebody else is talking about it, so you can be like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm literally going through that right now."
You got something to relate to.
Right.
Yeah. The best advice I've grown to offer people lately is like, hey, I'm just here for you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm not going to tell you, if you do, I'm not going to lie to anyone ever and be like, oh, if you do these 3 magical things,
Right.
your life will be better. It's not. It's life. It never gets better sometimes.
Eat tacos and go hiking.
Yeah. No, if that was the solution, I'd be a whole lot better, right? But you got to be honest with people and just tell people straight up, like, hey,
Sometimes you gotta struggle.
I'm just here for you,
And
regardless.
sometimes that's what people literally just need. Is somebody being there for them.
Yeah.
So they know that they're not doing. Even if you don't understand what I'm going through,
Yeah.
just being there and being in my corner and having my back is worth a lot.
What I need the most is not advice 90% of the time. I rarely need someone to tell me what to do. I just need someone to listen to me fucking talk and vent and get me from point A to point B to the conclusion myself.
Yeah.
And Jake does a great job of that. And he also, because he's my brother, correctly punked me a few times.
Yeah.
Right? Because I had a hard time trusting him when I first moved back here because we didn't grow up as men together.
Yeah.
We grew up as kids together.
Yeah.
So when I first moved back to Wisconsin, he wasn't in my circle of trust.
Yeah.
So I would text somebody 7 states away instead of texting him who lived 5 minutes away.
Right.
And he finally fucking punked me basically.
Yeah.
And it was
Bitch, I'm here for you.
yeah.
On what?
It was if you can't talk to me, who the fuck are you talking to? And I
You
was
gonna get this brotherly love and love it.
Exactly. You're right. So
So basically, he Matt Hardy Joe ass.
a little bit. And it's one of the best things he's ever done.
That's all it takes. Yeah. That's all it takes. Because sometimes it's the family you need that
Yeah.
helps you get to, you know what I'm saying, to help you get through what you're going through.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
that's
and
always
also at
good.
the same time, family is never just designated by blood either.
Not at all.
It's I can come to y'all about a certain topic, just like I can come to him on the same
Right.
topic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's just
Family's who
that's
you
just how I roll.
choose, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, family is exactly who you choose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jake, my white cousin.
Jake is definitely my brother.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm invited to the cookout.
oh yeah, hands down. Both of you guys are hands
Shit,
down.
9 times out of 10 the cookouts at my house.
I said 9 times out of 10 Jake is actually having the cookout.
That's how it was 2 years ago.
Which means I'm actually running the grill.
Right, like
Hey, low key, the last cookout we had, Chris manned the grill and Doug showed up.
yeah.
Yeah.
True
And we was all drunk.
I was invited to the cookout. Funny story.
And it was a cracking cookout.
Yeah, shit. I'm just glad I didn't fuck up the wings.
Alright, so I mean half of the current but half of the current cast on this current episode has only watched the Mandalorian. So let's give them like some non-spoiler.
Bullshit. Spoil it if you want to. I don't give a fuck.
Nah, I can't do spoilers.
I know his name.
Don't spoil it, because I might start watching it Monday. I'm gonna start watching it Monday.
Here's the thing with the
Call
Mandalorian.
him Mike.
It's the most pure Star Wars
Fuck you, dog.
story ever.
This is had to come in the room
Yeah.
for this one.
It's just authentically good Star Wars.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't have to like love every moment. There are things I don't like about the show, but
Look how intense Didge looking.
He's just like, say something wrong.
Hey, you better not say nothing slick.
I didn't feel no pressure until
what?
now.
If you say something about Grogu, I'm gonna beat your ass. Just know what.
Hey, low key,
I'll get your motherfucking mic
Didge
off right now, nigga. You said it wrong.
Didge had that. You better not talk about Grogu, nigga. I'm
Look, I forgot he was there. Didge is here. He sits here quiet as hell.
Hey, when he's not
I'm
looking
like
at the
focused on
camera
my
and he
eye
focused
contact
on
with
you, like he listening. And 9 times out of 10, he looking at the camera like this. When he looking at
Always
you,
giving this face.
when he live looking at you, like he listening.
face
Like
right
yeah,
there,
you better not
exactly.
disrespect. Ooh, you better
That face
right.
always.
Like you better not disrespect the show. He was looking at you.
Yeah.
You better not say nothing bad.
Exactly like that.
Right, like you better not say nothing. Ooh, no, go ahead though. Go
like a disappointed dad.
Right,
Always.
Hands down.
Definitely disappointed that did.
God damn. All right, now I can't look.
Oh, what? And fuck with you, dog. And fuck with you.
No, it's
Bad though, because I'm always right there, so I don't ever get that peripheral either. But these two are always looking right at Didge every time.
You just I can't. You gotta watch it. You just gotta watch
I
it.
enjoyed the first season, so I'm definitely gonna check.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch
For
it.
me, because I'm not big on Star Wars. I literally just started watching back the movies. Like I think last year.
Yeah.
I was watching it from episode 1 on up. So for me to like be a casual fan, it's a fucking great TV show. Just overall. Even beyond the whole Star Wars lore.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
just it being a sci-fi show.
Let me ask you all this, because you've at least seen the first season, both of y'all, and you've
Yeah.
seen all of season 2, same as I have. Do you think you would have enjoyed Star Wars more if it was just the show, as opposed to like the fucked up order of the movies?
Low key, if they would have came out with the Mandalorian first, I probably would have got more into Star Wars.
Because the movies kind of, I mean, obviously the first movies came out in like the 70s, right?
Yeah.
I caught them when they re-released in theaters in the 90s, and then they did the prequels, and then they finished that shit
The
up.
prequels is what kind of threw me off of it.
Yeah. So like, I love the movies, but I'll be honest, there's only a handful of them that I've watched more than twice.
Yeah.
I've never watched any of those movies more than once. So
The original trilogies are my shit.
Yeah, I've seen
love
the
the
originals at
Yeah.
least 2 times each.
Yeah, at least 2
I-
times.
I've seen episode 2.
Three is the only one that I will
think
literally
three-
sit down and watch.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
I've seen
more than
3 a
all
couple times.
Phantom Menace.
I've
and Attack of
seen
the Clones, I
one
don't-
once. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
care.
I've seen episode 3 the most.
And I'm not a Jar Jar Binks fan. So.
I think that's what threw it off.
Yeah, I'm not a Jar Jar.
The Force Awakens, I watched like 3 or 4 times.
I feel like if it was shot as The Mandalorian in that style, I would enjoy Star Wars as a series, a TV series, a lot more. But I don't know if we get the level of Mandalorian.
Right. Because it's between 6 and 7, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 years
Yeah.
after episode 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so after Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I feel like
Which, there's this huge gap between that and The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So there's room
there's a
to tell all these
There's
stories.
a lot
Yeah.
that they can tell off in that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because it's like, what the fuck happened in 30 years?
But this makes me want to watch Clone Wars and
Yes.
what's the other one? Rebels. Yeah. That's it. Makes me want to watch those.
Yeah.
Talking to Didge, it seems like
That's the
to
beauty.
really get into the lore stuff.
That's why I didn't understand why people got so upset about like the last couple like big movies. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. The movie wasn't all that like Last Jedi wasn't all that good. Fine. Rise of Skywalker, yeah, it's all right. Cool. The Star Wars universe is bigger than all of that now.
What was weird is that
but it always has. I liked them too.
The only thing I didn't like is that they lied to us about Finn.
Correct.
Because they said Finn was going to be a major part of this trilogy.
And he just wasn't.
And they literally black man in a horror movie his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like...
They showed him thinking as a
I thought for sure he was going to die.
Be the first, you know what I'm
I thought for sure he was going to die.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we going to get a new...
I was shocked that he lived through all the movies.
Yeah. And it's like, that's what kind of scared me because I was like, they're not giving him love, so they for the office ass.
Yep.
And it's just, they just diminish his character more than, you know what I'm saying? They diminish his character than what... Because they fed him to us like, hey...
Yeah.
Fuck
he was a headliner.
Him and Ray for the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some shit. That's just not how it panned out.
That's
my
probably
only
the most
dislike
disappointing part.
with the new trilogy. Is just I didn't like how they did Finn.
But like that's what I love about Mandalorian is it expounds about like Star Wars is a fucking universe, man.
Vast franchise, yeah.
Giant. Like there's so many stories that can be told.
Yeah.
And deserve to be told, frankly. And it's more than just like Skywalker's punk ass.
Shit that they're trying to make canon now.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's plenty of shit they can do.
And with Disney Plus, like now they have that opportunity to expand on that universe.
Yeah.
And they're kind of, I wouldn't say they're building off of the MCU because they kind of had their own universe prior. But they're using that format to further expand their universe.
MCU showed you how a universe can be built.
You got the how it should work and how it shouldn't work.
DC?
I'm about to say, we're not going to mention how it shouldn't work. But
let's just say the letters rhyme with BCU.
Just BCDU.
Or what?
So DCEU.
It still just takes talent, though. I mean, Marvel, like the guy doing the Mandalorian is a Marvel dude, Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Like,
so
that
he
talent.
knows what it takes to get the levels right to get the you know what I'm saying? So
it's like Mandalorian, they opened the door for what? 4 spin-offs?
A couple of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Well, Boba
and
Fett,
then one maybe. It was Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and then it was
the Rogue Squadron.
Rangers of the so 4. You're right.
Yeah, Rogue Squadron.
Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah.
Can technically be considered from that, and then Rogue Squadron.
Which I'm really excited for Rogue Squadron.
Yeah. So
Rogue Squadron is OG shit.
They've opened a door for a even wider universe.
Yeah.
And bro, I think
Disney scares me. Because I feel like the world finna be taken over by Disney.
Disney literally
by 2025.
No.
Here's
where you're not scared enough. Here's where you're not scared enough. You say they're gonna take over the world as if they haven't 30
already.
years ago.
Right.
They did 30 years ago. They just been letting us live with it.
Right. And it's like it's definitely your world.
Yeah.
We just living in it.
Disney's been running shit for our whole lifetime.
You think about their umbrella covers a lot.
Yeah.
Now they own everything.
Yeah. Disney.
Shit. It's
the mothership,
Plus
man.
will have WWE Network on it.
Damn near on what?
Right. The mothership,
Disney
man.
owns Fox, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
except for the sports part, they don't own the sports.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They don't own the sports.
But
Yeah.
No,
I think that was part of the deal that they couldn't get
They
this.
become an antitrust at that point.
Yeah, like I think that's part.
At some point they'll get too big for their own good.
Right.
But
Right.
we said that 10, 15, 20 years ago, and they still haven't gotten too big for their own good.
No.
Bro, that mouse runs everything, dog.
Yeah. Mickey Mouse's house.
And we not supposed to fuck with rats. Like this, just don't get it.
Rats aren't nice.
Rodent family, bro. Rodent family. So.
But it's that time in the episode where we like to pull up our list of approvals. And Zahn, since you are the guest of this week's episode, we will nominate you to go last.
Cause you said that like it was a privilege. Like, okay.
I definitely thought first was gonna be the fucking option, dog. When you went last,
Cause why would he go first?
I'm so cool with being last because I don't have an idea what y'all talking about.
That would make
Well,
I got
it's basically any movies, TV shows, anything that you request.
All right. Well,
basically a list of recommendations.
yeah. Yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, I watched
WW 84.
I watched Wonder Woman 84. So
Where were you at? Up, down, middle?
I was at my house.
No, I'm saying.
It was like, wait, I was at my
What
house.
was your? Because I've seen up, down, middle.
Oh no, I liked it. I liked it. I
I've seen a lot of
say
up, down, and middle from it.
I say I give it 3.5 2 sweets. 3.5. It had its campy moments where it was like, but then I had to remember it's based off a comic book.
Yeah.
So it's like it makes sense that they will add some campy aspects into it. But overall, I enjoyed it. But she's always been like since the first one, she's been my favorite out of the DCE. So
Yeah, she's the only one I feel like it's been done right.
right.
That is down.
Yeah.
And that was because I feel like, and that was only because of the first Wonder Woman. I know I enjoy Aquaman. Don't give me that. I enjoy Aquaman, but that's not the Aquaman we grew up watching.
Yeah.
That's
And he was trash though.
you know.
Exactly. Aquaman's always been trash.
It's a good thing when you said it's not the one we grew up on.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like that's why a lot of people didn't get because that's not what we were used to. This is a long-haired Hawaiian nigga.
Yeah.
When was the last time you seen a Hawaiian Aquaman?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like,
Man, I'll go have a beer with.
you know what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't going to have a beer with.
Blonde haired guys,
Right.
spandex.
But no, I gotta go Wonder Woman 84. That's damn near probably it. Just Wonder Woman 84. Okay. I don't think I watched any new shows. So no, 999 on Netflix. I enjoyed it. It had Mordo from Doctor Strange. It had Anthony Mackie. It had sacrifices. Lots of sacrifice. Yeah, it had Gal Gadot was in it, Kate Winslet. It was about crooked cops that had to do some type of heist for the Russian mob. It was dope. I enjoyed it. It was good. So yeah, Wonder Woman 84 and 999 on Netflix. That's my list of approval.
I'll go next. So we have been watching.
He's so angry back there. God damn.
We have been watching a lot of Christmas movies leading up to the Christmas. One of the new
to the Christmas. Leading up to the Christmas, nigga.
To the Christmas.
To the Christmas.
One of the new movies we watched were called The Night Before Christmas. Spelled like KNIGHT.
So basically Christmas Eve.
No.
The night before.
I know.
Like Knights of the Round
Because he literally got mad at me. He said no.
Yeah.
No.
He definitely looked at you in anger.
No.
It was like it included a medieval knight, so that's why I was like.
Yeah, he
that's
said
why.
like Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that because this nigga.
No, I heard.
I was leaning back.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, but no, it was a good movie. It had Vanessa Hudgens in it, and it was a really great rom-com, and I'm a big fan of rom-com. Now I'm saying this out loud. I feel like I said this last week.
Well, you say it every week.
Rom-coms. I hate rom-coms. I'm not a fan of
I
rom-coms.
like rom-coms.
I'm not a fan of
rom-coms.
rom-coms. I like them occasionally.
And
No, I'm definitely team Vanessa Hudgens. Don't.
And we, just make sure y'all check us out on YouTube, NWO Order Podcast. Check us out on Twitter, NWO Podcast, Instagram at NWO Podcast, _ in between the NW and the podcast.
Why would you say it like that?
Now I'm confused. I thought we were talking about movies.
Right?
You check us out on Instagram at NWO _ podcast.
Then he said _ between the NWO and podcast. Why you just said that?
So in case you're still following along at this point, it's NWO _
Right.
podcast.
Find us on Facebook,
Like you
NWO Order
can't
Podcast.
That's why we drink beer on these episodes.
Yeah. Make sure y'all join the group, NWO Order Podcast.
No, fuck all that shit.
Hey,
I just realized
You doing the wrap
that I
up?
didn't get drunk. I didn't do drunk mic today, and I feel proud of myself.
No, because last time you did, it was like a 30-minute list.
That's what I'm saying. I feel proud of myself because I didn't do drunk mic
today.
today.
That's to put on my approval, so I'm just plugging the social medias.
Because anytime we do hard, like real liquor, I do drunk mic. I didn't do drunk mic.
I definitely wanted to bring that up, like
Because you were afraid of it because it's spicy.
No, because every time Mike.
No, anytime we drink, when it's not beer, I
Mike's
get
list of approvals is like 30 to 40.
I get to loving my niggas, and you know what I'm saying. Get to talking shit about Didge, you know what I'm saying. So
Fair.
yeah, drunk mic go on random tangents.
I wanted to
Who's
ask.
fucking knocking on the door?
It's open.
It's
Bottom
open.
is locked.
No, it's open. Oh.
Yeah, this is
But
locked the bottom.
I was gonna ask y'all, like, how do y'all feel about the bottle?
I mean, we destroyed it, so
I like it.
I was afraid for us to clear that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we destroyed it.
We definitely cleared it.
How we react.
I didn't taste any ghost peppers. That's
No.
good.
Jake.
I haven't watched anything really new except for Claire and I watched that new Disney Plus movie Soul.
How was that? I want to
It
check
was
it out.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Was that Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
Okay,
Jamie Foxx
because I kept
was
seeing,
main
I kept hearing the commercial. And I was
It
like,
was,
is that Jamie Foxx? What?
It kind of dragged here and there.
Did you cry?
No. It was a good movie.
No, I only asked that because I literally heard people say they cried watching it. They literally shed a tear watching it.
It has some. It's not like a tearjerker, like oh my god, but it definitely has some like oh, that's kind of emotional.
Deep, right.
moments
It
to
won't. This is just because you're white. It won't resonate the same.
True. That's true.
I was
It's definitely.
I mean,
It's definitely a
Didn't wanna say
black
nothing,
animated
but-
movie
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
brother.
Yeah.
You can
It's
say
an
that.
animated
Yeah.
movie made for black folks, and I absolutely. But it was a good movie. I liked it. It was
Yeah.
good.
It's because technically, like,
You have a black queen, so it makes sense why
She
you
definitely was the one who put it on.
Yeah,
But
I
I was
think
gonna,
I'm
I was
black
gonna want to watch
you
it
like,
anyways.
you like the adopted black kid.
Yeah, I am like the adopted. I'm like Big Mike and shit. Though. Wait,
to
no,
the
that's
point
a bad
where
reference.
he don't. To the point where
That's
he
a bad
don't.
reference.
To the point where he don't want mixed kids, he's going to adopt a black kid because he don't want mixed kids. Like no, I want to keep it. I
Dawson,
want
I
to
don't
keep
wanna
it
add
strictly
Drake.
black. Like no, I don't want no mixed breeds. I keep it
But
strictly
no,
black.
that's the only one that I've had. Because otherwise than that, I've literally been working like a fool. So. But
Per usual.
per usual.
Per usual.
It's like today was legit my first day off since I've come back from vacation.
That's
on
nice.
I went to work on the 8th, and today is my first day off besides yesterday, obviously being a holiday.
What's up?
So, Trip, you alright over there, man?
I think that's
all
something.
you got.
You done?
That's what I got, man. I haven't been watching nothing. I've been working. That's it. Per usual.
You got nothing else to plug?
I mean, besides, your boy's Twitch,
This nigga.
twitch.tv/. I mean, normally you do that for me.
We all looking at you
But I
sideways,
throw it
like
up.
Because that's usually the first thing he plugged.
No.
Like, if he ain't watching us,
he also
that's
ain't
usually
been
the first
streaming
thing.
much lately this week,
I was so
so
busy at work, though, I just didn't have no time.
it's clearly not been in the front of his mind.
Exclusive just started the NWO
NWO Podcast
Discord.
channel.
So definitely,
Yeah.
how do we send it? Do we send the
I
link
will,
out?
I
Or?
will post the link on our page. I will pin it to the top so you can
Yeah.
click on it and join it.
So definitely join
We'll
the
be
Discord.
doing a lot
man.
of wrestling topics, talking about whatever. I got a bunch of different topics: TV shows, movies,
I feel like it'll help us with future episodes.
Yeah.
whatever we want to talk about. We can talk about. I mean, people can post articles about rumors, innuendo, all this and that. So I think Discord's a huge. It works really well for Geek Set. I mean, I know Deuces definitely takes
Yeah.
advantage of it with the one-on-ones and stuff like that. So
definitely,
I will have the link posted to the top of the NWO Podcast group page. So, but also you can follow your boy on Twitch at twitch.tv/Jake_exclusive. Not
humble, bro.
Not put the underscore between Jake and exclusive.
Oh, now you gotta tell him how to spell exclusive because it ain't normal.
Zahn Appleseed is on you.
Exclusive with a capital X.
At this point, they better know
And
how
no
to
E.
spell
Damn
exclusive.
near.
So Zahn, now that you know how the format works,
All right. Spent Christmas week watching a lot of the old favorites. So Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2,
absolutely, because Die Hard is the Christmas movie.
Lethal Weapon 1, because that's a Christmas movie too.
Technically.
It was set during Christmas time.
Batman Returns, the Christmas movie.
Started watching a lot of The Wire again, but best movie I've seen lately that's like fairly new, Charm City Kings, the Meek Mill joint.
Okay.
It's on HBO Max. Really good. The young kid who plays Mouse in that movie, fucking phenomenal actor, man. Really good movie. So if you got HBO Max, check it out. It's a really good movie. Yeah, that's my high recommendation right now is Charm City Kings.
We'll be checking it out. We'll be checking it out.
Definitely be checking that out. But yeah, man, it's been another great episode of the NWO Podcast, the Nerd War Order Podcast. The podcast that is just too sweet.
Too sweet.
And as always, it's your boy Dougie Fresh.
You gotta come on today.
The X Intercontinental Trip. But still St. Tripolis.
Ain't triple this.
Mike Leonardo DiCaprio, the Mike the Continental Champion, aka the baby daddy with the long hair. What it do? Shout out to E. Shout out to E from Sweats Shoes, dog.
This is speechless Jake.
It just makes me laugh every time, bro. Baby daddy with the long hair. And of course, the affiliate, Jake Xclusive.
And the guy with no nickname, Whiskey and
Guy with no
Tacos.
nickname, Mr. Whiskey and Tacos as our special guest this week.
Yes, sir.
And we're out.